Well, hello and welcome and good morning, everyone. It is so nice to see you here for the Code A Showdown. Welcome back to Group B, everybody. We have got some fantastic games for you today. Group B, gonna be Chance, Dynamite, sort of, and Zown. Oh man, it's going to be a delightful day. Let me tell you what, we're starting out with Zown versus Dynamite, a little TVP action coming at you here in the unofficial Code A, sponsored by Alpha X. Oh yes, oh yes. So, starting out with Zown versus Dynamite, we've got hopefully, sort of, versus Chance coming up after this. These are GSL style groups, so it's going to be game 1, game 2, winners match, losers match, deciding match. You guys know the drill. We're going to see which two players move on and which two players go home. Let's go ahead and drop into game. Oh yeah. Yeah, here we go. All right, we have got some amazing players playing today on Nightshade LE, spawning in the top left-hand corner in the blue. From John Lake Gaming, it is Dynamite. Dynamite! Ooh, I can't do that. It's a little too early in the morning for me. And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner in the red from Alpha X. It is our hometown boy representing the Dragons. It's Zown. So PVT to start us off. And we've got a couple great players waiting in the wings. Sort of versus Chance right after this. Rock and roll. All right. Let's see. Looks like a gateway opener here for Zown. Should expand behind this. Wait, is he gonna? Yeah. Nexus, right? No, he's gonna go Cyber on top. Okay. Cyber on the high ground to wall that off, and then down for the Nexus. Behind this, we see Dynamite banking up a bit of extra minerals. Looks like he will be going for that Reaper expand also. Both players opening with nice macro styles here in game number 1. You'll love to see it. I would hate for this day to be cut short arbitrarily by some very early cheese. Now, that said, probe for Zown is scouting across the map now in a very funky pattern. Looking to hide a pylon somewhere. He's got both gases taken, I'm guessing. Ooh, a little late on the second gas there. So maybe it's going to be Proxy Robo? But we'll see what he goes for here. Natural finishing up. He's got Warp Gate Research on the way. Immediately comes down as soon as that Cybercore finishes up. Bunker on the low ground for Dynamite, who's gone with no scout before this Reaper. So the Reaper is going to pop in. Try and jump up. Should get blocked off there. Yeah. Won't see too much there. But he does see the natural, so he knows he's not getting cheesed too hard or anything. Adept going to chase this guy down. But I think he'll live away. He's got just enough health to weather 1 or 2 more hits. Probe with the alley-oop kill. Oh, the probe body blocks him. Dynamite is... He's going to get away, though. He's going to get away. Okay, so it's not going to be Proxy Robo. It's just going to be Stargate right there. Oh, Dynamite saves it at the last minute. Come on. So we get Stargate in the main base here. That probe wasn't hiding anything. There's no proxy pylon, no proxy anything. Just a Stargate in here for Zown. Zown dropping double gates. As we see what looks to be a little bit of a Widowmine drop brewing here for Dynamite. Got that starport down. Widowmine number 1 coming out onto the field now. Starport just finishing up. So we should have 2 Widowmines finished by the time that medevac comes out. We are going to see a 2 Widowmine drop. And Dynamite just waiting. Now, the good news is Widowmine can be very, very good. Ooh, look at this. Hellion sneaking in here to the main. The Adept's going to get on top of it, though. No kills. But the Scout will go down. And if we check Dynamite's vision, we will see he's seen that Stargate. So, Dynamite in good shape now. Should have a Widowmine back home to defend against this Stargate. He does not have one buried in his main mineral line. Nothing in the natural either, just kind of waiting. hoping that he gets lucky with a Widow Mine shot at the front of the base, but I don't think he's going to do that. Zound, instead of going for like Oracle play, is just going to go for the Phoenix build. Now we're going to see if he's going to stop at 5 Phoenix, or if he's going to go up to more Phoenix than that. Always a good question as to how many Phoenix our players want to make. Fourth Phoenix on the way. The Phoenix spreading out here, checking for proxies, checking for hidden anything. Meanwhile, single engineering bay goes down as Dynamite transitions in to bio play. We see the barracks landing over here, barracks 2 and 3 coming down, and Stim now on the way. Widow Mines have been buried. The medevac is out. Where's that medevac? No, wait. Did he cancel the medevac? He canceled his medevac to build a tech lab. So after seeing the starport, he's going to abandon the Widow Mine drop and just leave these Widow Mines back home. I think that's a good play from Dynamite. Interesting choice to go ahead and cancel the drop. But the Widow Mine's going to try and get some lucky shots, and it looks like Zound. Ooh, Zound is going to dart in. He's going to see that little bead onto the Phoenix. Ooh, actually, Zound going to dive pretty deep here, but can get a couple of those Marine kills. Not too bad at all. Not losing any Phoenix just yet. Behind this, early Robo out for Zound. Going to see early Disruptor Tech. Looks like, or maybe straight into Colossus. That'd be bold. Yeah, straight into Colossus. Bold play from Zound. Okay, so straight into Colossus on 3 gates for Zound. Phoenix Colossus. Wow. It has been a while since I have seen a Phoenix Colossus build. The only other player I can think that's been doing it lately is Goblin, who's been going Phoenix Colossus in a couple of his games. But man, I don't know if Goblin and Zound are talking a whole lot about what they're doing. Interesting, strange bedfellows we've got with some of our players here going Phoenix Colossi. Wild stuff. Okay, we got +1 on the way. Stim and Combat Shields both coming out at the same time for Dynamite, who seems to be gearing up for a +1 timing attack here. And actually, this +1 timing could hit pretty dang hard. The first Colossus already out for Zound, the second one now on the way, but the Gateway Army for Zound is very small. That's always what happens when you go for the 5 Phoenix opener. Your Gateway Army is going to be reduced significantly because he's only sitting on 3 gates right now. Look at the structure tab. 3 warp gates out right now for Zound. Now he's got 5 more on the way. They're just finishing up, but they're not going to be ready for more than like 1 round of warp-ins before this move out from Dynamite hits. And this move out from Dynamite could do a lot of damage. Of course, as soon as he moves out, Zound senses the weakness, moves in, and picks off everything he can. These Phoenix already very low on energy, using all those Graviton beams, will be forced out, but again, not a single Phoenix lost. Zound playing an absolutely, I hate to say it, Dynamite game right now. Third base up for Zound. He's got 2 Colossi out. His gateway count increasing just a little bit. That Phoenix play, keeping these units at home, absolutely brutal out of Zound. Uh-oh, but Dynamite, yeah, Dynamite knows he's in a lot of trouble. He's pulling the boys. Choo-choo. This game's going to be over so fast, guys. Scouting Billy gets in here, checks for the third base, knows that he might have a shot here. The army supply for Dynamite slightly ahead of Zound. He's also brought the boys, which is a big deal. Guardian Shield already popped here, and Zound moving way out onto the map. No second round of warp-ins. Initial force fields do go down to try and block some of these units back. The siege tanks in the back being picked up by the Phoenix. 1 siege tank up. The other 2 siege tanks are, there we go, siege tanks up. But it looks like Zound is absolutely going to crush this push here. The siege tanks do get taken down. The Gateway Army from Zound holds, and Dynamite's push is doomed, I think, to failure. Both Colossus still alive in the back. The warp-in's still happening, and it looks like there's just not going to be enough Terran to punch through this with 24 SCVs going down and a healthy army up from Zound. This just looks brutal for Dynamite. He maybe had a shot there, but Zound engaging simply too well. Zound going to take game number 1 in convincing fashion. Wow. Game number 1, easy peasy for our boy Zound. So Zound going up 1-0. These are best of 3s though, so Dynamite still has a shot to pull it back here in game number 2. Game number 2 going to be on Everdream LE. We got the Sugo, pardon me, from both players, and we're ready to roll. Zound, Dynamite, game 2. All right. How y'all doing today? It's so nice to have y'all with us. It is, to put it mildly, it's very early for me. It's very early. I woke up at 2 a.m. this morning, to cast this match. My brain is working on maybe 50% capacity right now, but the good news for all the rest of us is that these players' brains are certainly not working at half capacity. Absolutely firing on all cylinders. There's Zaun with a beautiful defense in game 1. Let's see if he can repeat it in game number 2 here. Spawning in the bottom left-hand side of Ever Dream LE. In the red from Alpha X, it is, of course, Zaun. And his Terran opponent from John Lake Gaming. In the blue, it's Dynamite. All right. Gateway on the high ground again for Zaun. Ooh. Oh, man. I'll never understand this. I need to disable these buttons. My mouse has 2 little buttons that change the DPI of the mouse immediately. It's a very odd feature. I've had one person say it helps them when they're doing graphic design work, but I cannot imagine a world in which I need to change the DPI of my mouse on the fly with 2 very prominent buttons on the top. And I have no idea why that feature is included. I need to reprogram those things. It's so frustrating. Anyhow, Reaper expand again for Dynamite and Gateway expand again for Zaun. Both players showing a lot of respect here. A lot of respect. Good macro openings on both sides. On both sides. Potato Pleb, it's good to see you in the chat, man. And Boom Philip, welcome as well, guys. Thanks so much for joining us here for our Code A Showdown. Just 4 fantastic players here today. Gonna join our other winners to move on to the semifinals, which will be held, which will be held. Let me get the dates up. I don't want to get this wrong. So, we saw Super and True qualify on the 17th, a couple days ago. And then our semifinals and finals will be played on April 22nd, 2 days from now. It's obviously the stay-at-home coronavirus time, so I don't know what day it is. I barely know what week it is, but I do know that 2 days from now, the semifinals and finals will be played between the 2 players from today's group and the 2 qualifiers from the other group, Super and True. So feel free to stop by this channel again on April 22nd and join us for those final matches. Going to be a whale of a time with these Code A players. Well, except for True, who's actually a Code S player. But these other Code A players, so kind of our sponsors to put this event on, and so kind of Alpha X to organize the thing. Force Field gonna try and trap that. Oh man, that Reaper. Probe kill. Yes, probe kills. There he is. That's the lucky probe right there. Everybody give a quick salute in the chat to the probe with the kill. Oh, he is vicious. Look at him. He's a trained killer. Oh no, don't die. Don't die, little probe. Okay, whew, nice defense there. Man, Dynamite is not having any luck with those 1 Hellion run-bys. I'm not really sure what he's thinking. Riding 1 Hellion in, usually, you know, it takes at least 2 Hellions to get some damage done. Maybe he thinks he's scouting or something. It's just very, very strange. So, he's going Cloak Banshee behind this to try and get some damage done. I'm not sure if this Cloak Banshee has actually been spotted, though, by Zaun. Yeah, Zaun has not spotted this Cloak Banshee yet. No scouting at all. In fact, for Zaun, who's just going for another early third base with Blink into Robo. So it's going to be just fine here for Zaun. I think he's got that Robo out, so he should, yeah, Observer first. And he's going to should leave that Observer home, I hope. Oh, it's queued all the way across the map. But that's fine. Start the Observer early, and he might actually even see this Banshee before the Observer makes it all the way across the map. He's got Blink Stalkers in the main. They will have Blink here in just a few short seconds. Pylon in the main to support as well. Observer comes out, but this Observer should be rallied back home as soon as the shimmer of the Banshee is detected. He's going to even see the Banshee there with his Pylon, and that should bring the Observer back home right away. Zaun, 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 Zaun. You have an Observer, Zaun. Zaun, Second observer on the way out there. Second observer joining the fight. And that's going to allow the Blink Stalkers to get underneath this Banshee. The Banshee, oh my god, the Banshee gets away. 2 kills on that Banshee, but it will not die. Probe's going back to work. Shield battery on the far side of the mineral patch there. Interesting, it's not right in the middle, but that is a-okay. Third base down for Zound. And Dynamite again do a little push out. This time though, he's okay. This is interesting. This is like the little Clem push that we see, which is the weird, you know, handful of tanks, sprinkling of Marines, bring a couple SCVs with it, and try and pressure the third base. Now with the Blink Stalkers, Dynamite, you got Cloak. Okay, Dynamite has Cloak, and Zound's going to be forced to micro away here. Tank sieged up though. A nice blinking there from Zound. Saves every last one of those Stalkers. The Banshee in the main picked off, so he can move this Overseer over. Oh, he's got another Overlord as well. Observer. Oh, man. I'm talking about Zerg units. Observer's out. Trying to get on top of these Banshees. Banshee working its way into the third. There's no Observer in the third. It's weird to say, but he's being very aggressive with these Observers, moving them out onto the map. Oh, man. Behind this, Zound going for charge, scrubbing in 3 more gates. We see Stim and 1-1 going down for Dynamite, who's abandoned this push, leaving these tanks back home, and is just going to expand to a third location. Try and get some more work done with this Banshee. Stalkers rallied over, but the Banshee will make it out in one piece. So 2 more kills. But so far, only 4 probe kills with those Banshees. Total of 6. Observer for Zound in good shape here. Spying on all the units popping out for Dynamite. Both players just happy to macro up here. The 1-1 upgrades, by the way, way ahead now for Dynamite. Zound has not started those upgrades. In fact, has not dropped a forge at all. These are all just gateways being made right now. So it looks like Zound, yeah, I was going to say, queuing up for a push, and he is already moving these units across the map. Zerg's so good we use their units in TVP. And it's just that it's 3 o'clock in the morning here for me, and my brain is firing on about half the cylinders right now. So normally I've got like a 4-banger cranking in my head right now. Definitely not a V8, but there's only 2 spark plugs going at any given time. All right. Zound picking up some Zealots into the Warp Prism. Looks like he wants to use this Warp Prism to create a diversion, a drop. Banshee popping back in. No additional kills yet. Stalkers rotating around. Where's that Observer? The Observer not on top of this Banshee. And actually, oh, there it is. The Stalker gonna be on top of the Banshee. The Banshee will run out of energy. There we go. Oh, the Warp Prism gets caught moving it, and that should allow Dynamite a little bit of time to rotate up into his main. Dynamite, your Billy saw this Warp Prism. Oh, man. Okay, so there we go. Widowmine's rotating up into the main here for Dynamite, but not the actual army. So if this drop does get down, these Zealots get into the main base. Dynamite's going to be pushed and pulled in a couple different directions. He's got missile turrets down. Second missile turret should be finished up. This Warp Prism taking the very long way around as Zound sets up for this attack. Zound is wasting a lot of time setting up for this attack, though. While he's been waiting, 1-1 has finished for Dynamite. So Dynamite now with an upgrade advantage, and Zound is going to be forced to head back home to wait for Storm to finish up and to try and get +1 as well. Widowmine along with the missile turret. So even if this guy in the missile turret doesn't gun down the Warp Prism, the Widowmine should be there to finish off the job. Good picks here from Zound, but I love that Dynamite is sending single Marines out 1 by 1 to try and patrol around. We see the Ghost Academy up now for Dynamite, who's already working on advanced shockwaves. Zealot patrolling around right now. Zound just heading back home. These sentries very far behind for Zound. I'm a little worried. Zound's army is very, very flimsy right now. It's mostly just Blink Stalker. 1 Immortal in the mix, but not a lot of high-tech units. He's got 4 Templar. Oof, man. Getting some missile turret shots off. This Warp Prism very, very low on health now. Needs to head back. Dynamite with this 4th base on the way. And again, scouting Marines forward for Dynamite. Really, really efficient. Alright. Scan coming down. Dynamite checking for the Observer. Is going to break down these rocks. Advanced Shockwave's about to finish up. 2-2 now on the way as +1 armor finishes for Zound. Zound looking like he's in a bit of trouble this game, actually. Uh-oh, okay. Okay, 4th base established for Zound. 4th base just finishing up for Dynamite. Zound working on +1 is dropping a second forge, but he is woefully behind here. Dynamite going to be going for 3-3 before too long. Zound pushing it. This Widow Mine going to lock on, and Zound is going to lose the full Warp Prism. Oh my god. Terrifying loss for Zound, who loses all 4 of his High Templar. Oh, jeez. That's a lot of Storm energy gone, and with that loss, I think Dynamite is going to feel real confident. Misses some EMPs there, so that's a good initial sign for Zound, but Zound in full retreat mode right now. He's just trying to like slip around the map and find a sneaky way to engage here. Gets on top of a tank, which is nice, and does force field off some of these units from Dynamite. We'll be able to get on top of the 4th base before the Planetary finishes. Zound with a good position right now. Mass Repair going down. The Planetary lifting off, and oh, there's an EMP. Not too bad at all. Again, this army from Zound very flimsy. 2-2 out for Dynamite now, and Zound with lower army supply behind on upgrades, and no tier 2 units. His only Immortal getting picked off. He's trying to go for Disruptors, but his army now split in half. Honestly, Zound making the most of a bad situation, slipping some Zealots into the mineral line here at the 3rd, and is going to escape with these Stalkers, but he has lost so much this game. I mean, look at the units lost tab. Man, and if you look at the efficiency of the army so far, it looks like a TVZ game right now. Oh, jeez. Dynamite losing a lot of units, is going to eat some storms, but he's still about twice the army supply of his opponent. Plenty of ghosts in the army. Widow Mine still 2 tanks. Medivacs to support as well. Second Warp Prism is out for Zound, but still at about half health, or about, well, no shields, and very low on health. Now, that said, Dynamite's army overstimmed a little bit, so it is very low on health. He's going to find this 4th base and should push in with a small comport of units up there. 97 army supply for Dynamite. Zound evening the odds just a little bit. Another good storm there. Dynamite very, very weak, but Dynamite still has plenty of units. A couple more Medivacs coming in, and that should help him. He's going to break the 4th. Oh, wow, actually, the Photon Cannon's doing a lot of damage to the 4th, but he should break that 4th eventually. He'll certainly break the 3rd now, as these Purification Novas come forward. Good dodges from Dynamite. Zealots coming in from the back from Zound to clean this up. And actually, this hold from Zound. Oh, nice pickup by Dynamite there. Saving some of these units from a Purification Nova. Redropping in the back. The tank does get taken down, but man, I just don't know. Dynamite pushing in right now. More EMPs getting dropped off. New Disruptor joins the fight. Disruptor isn't going to... Oh, man, not focus firing that Disruptor. Dynamite looking a little shabby, but Zound a little bit behind this. The 3rd base going to go down, and Dynamite still just chasing. Nice pickups into the Medivacs to save these units. Going to drop behind the 4th. Even more probes going to go down. Dynamite still has that 4th base, the Planetary established, and he's just rallying units across the map one by one. Zound's economy in tatters right now as we look at the income tab, spiking back in favor of Dynamite. And Zound with a very odd engagement there, losing that Warp Prism and just in so much trouble. 4th base for Zound going to go down now. Archons are here, but man, EMPs exist. And even with good Purification Novas, we just see Dynamite putting on so much pressure here. Zound definitely trying to engage still, but GG. Dynamite going to draw the series even here at 1-1. Well played indeed by Dynamite. Zound just with a couple unfortunate errors in judgment, a little bit of missed micro, and that's going to cost him the game. A long, drawn-out fight from Zound. But a good show from both of our players. So GG, and we'll get here into game number 3. All right, let me get our players in. We are rocking and rolling into map number 3, gonna be on Simulacrum LE. Quick reminder, guys, heads up, we are sponsoring this tournament. We are lucky, fortunate to have a couple great sponsors, but we would love your help on the Matcherino page as well. You guys have been so generous with your time already. We've used up every single Matcherino code that we have been given, so there are no codes remaining, which is awesome. But if you want to contribute to this tournament, check the chat box. There's a Matcherino link at the top, and you can contribute to that Matcherino to help support this tournament. The replay pack for this tournament is available for a small Matcherino contribution. So if you're interested in studying these replays and seeing the rest of the matches for yourselves, going over those replays picky, and checking out all the info in them, please do consider supporting us on the Matcherino page. If you buy, or if you donate enough for the replay pack in the Matcherino, we will also throw in the entire replay pack from our previous tournament into the Alpha X Pro Circuit. That's something like 20, 30, 33 incredible series. So something like 100 games from absolutely top level pros that you can check out. So your support in the Matcherino would be much appreciated. Potato Pleb in the chat helping us out with the translations. Widowmine OP. Widowmine is very strong. That is no lie from Zound. I've always heard, now chat, maybe you can help me out. I've always heard that apparently the Korean units have very different names, like even when translated. So like Widowmine, like the Korean word for the unit Widowmine doesn't translate directly. It's not like the Korean words for widow and mine. It's something else. Is that the case? Or for the unit Widowmine, is that the case? Does it have like a fun name in Korean? Or is it just called basically a Widowmine in Korean? I've always been curious. I would love for someone who is really bilingual to publish a list of all the unit names that are very different. The only one I know off the top of my head is that instead of being called, like, Marauders are called Fire Bears in Korean. But I don't know what any of the other units are. I would love to see a list of just every single unit name with what, like, the Korean translation roughly translates to see which ones are the same and which ones are a little bit different. Like, Marine must be the same, right? It must just be whatever the Korean word is for, like, an elite military guy. I can't imagine that unit being anything different. We got a Twilight Council opener here for Zound. Reaper is going to get into the main, but should get driven away by the Adept. Zound not losing too much at all. In fact, not losing anything at all. Good, clean opener here from both players. Zound. Wait, did Zound get the kill? Zound got the kill. Yeah, he did. That Reaper went down. Man, I thought Dynamite was going to get the hell out of there, which is why I went back to his base. Dynamite, not happy about that kill at all. 1-1-1 going down for Dynamite, though. Hellion out. Couple Marines rally into that bunker. The Adept going to try and push in past the bunker, so the Shade will... Oh, he's going to finish that Shade. Getting a bit of fire from the bunker, but Dynamite... Okay, Dynamite going to raise the gates there at the last minute, and Zound is going to get driven away. Nice. Marines pop out, and this Adept going to try and Shade in. Oh, not going to make it, though, and actually the Adept is going to go down. Oh. Nah, he tries to blink, or tries to finish the Shade. Get a sneaky little kill. Does not do so. Second Adept coming in. Is he really going to go for this? Okay, no, definitely not. Cancels the Shade. Thank goodness. We see Blink on the way here from Zound. He's hiding, by the way. A probe up in the top corner in case he wants to proxy a little gateway or something. Hellion is on a path to scout this, though. Oh, no, he's not. Never mind. He's going to miss it. Changes course at the last minute and misses that probe, so Zound still has that probe tucked away in the top corner. We got Blink on the way and Cloaked Banshee on the way for Dynamite. A very similar build order to last game for both of these players. We need to see a Robo going down soon for Zound, which we do. Zound in good shape. Third CC on the way now for Dynamite. Oh, hang on. There we go. Alright, sorry. Fixing some overlay stuff. Trying not to be too distracted. Just making sure I can see everything I need to see. Got our players for the next match all queued up. Remember, after this, Chance versus Sort of. Still, more great action coming. Okay. We see Zealot Legs on the way. So Blink and Charge. We see the first Observer popping out here for Zound as the Banshee for Dynamite makes its way across the map. The two Banshees now here. He should be, well, there we go. Now the Banshees making their way across the map. Should be heading in. Going to check for the third base. Going to maybe get some damage done there. And then they should move on to the natural. The Observer is queued. Okay, queued right here to the main. Or right outside the natural. So Zound should be A-okay to defend against these Cloaked Banshees. Cloak has finished up these Banshees. Ready to roll. They got plenty of Cloak energy. He's going to Cloak way ahead of this. Observer popping out at the right moment. A couple of stalkers out of position for Zoun right now, but as soon as he sees the shimmer of those cloaked banshees, he should move back. Yeah, look at that. Beautifully played there by Zoun, who is paying so close attention to this map. Does see these banshees. The observer's out. Banshee 1 goes down, and the blink is here, so Zoun can corner this banshee. Very beautifully done. Can't quite blink across that gap. A couple of probes might go down, but the stalkers are here, and this banshee gonna get away with its life. 2 kills on that banshee. Not the damage that Dynamite was hoping for. Dynamite has had a history this game of not getting a lot of damage done economically in the first few minutes of the game. Third base up for Zoun. Scan has gone down. We see an early storm coming down. Dynamite, of course, going for stim, combat shields. That early +1 push that he was going for last game. Observer making its way across. Looks like a Banshee did get picked off, so both Banshees have gone down now. Zoun feeling confident to move across the map with these Blink Stalkers. Zealot charge is finished up. There's a Warp Prism out on the field. Warp Prism with these Templar in it, gaining that energy. Storm just about to finish up. So keep your eyes on Storm, guys. That's going to be the very, very key part of this composition. Blink Stalkers. Oh, he's going to blink up into the main. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Dynamite spread out at the third right now. A big blink into the main. Oh, God, he can pick off combat shields. He's going for the tech lab that's not making anything. Oh, wow, actually, Zoun going to retreat very quickly. Scan for the Observer. Observer out of scan range. Zoun being very smart with his play. Okay. So Zoun getting out of here. I heard the pickup noises going down. Dynamite isn't going to do a major pickup, though. Double Forge now spinning for Zoun a little bit earlier than last game. So while 1-1 is on the way for Dynamite, Zoun's upgrades this game won't be that far behind. The Observer still in good position from Zoun. Sees the tank sieged up around the second. Knows that the third base should be there by now. And Zoun, whoa. Just going for a fourth base at 8 minutes. That is bold play from Zoun. Dynamite lifting up 8 Marines in this medevac to put pressure. He's going to find this fourth base. Maybe. Is he gonna go? Go, medevac. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? There it is. Okay, the medevac is going to go. Thank goodness. And will make his way across. Spotting this fourth base very early, which is bad luck for Zoun. Good luck for Dynamite. Scouting Phoenix in here for Zoun, checking out everything. Sees the third base, sees the tank spread. Meanwhile, this drop right outside the fourth base. Dynamite. Man, he's going to get a lot of work done here. Should force a cancel on this fourth base. Zoun reading this, though, moving the Stalkers into position, and he is going to save this fourth base. This is beautifully done, blinking away individual Stalkers, and Dynamite going to lose all 8 of these Marines, beautifully intercepted by Zoun. Meanwhile, Zoun pushing across the map with a big army. His army supply much higher than Dynamite's right now. Dynamite, however, in a strong siege position, plenty of... Look at this tank spread. Beautiful tank spread. I can't even zoom out to show you how much area these tanks cover. Gorgeously done. That said, Zoun has his fourth base finished up now. Scan for the Observer, still not going to spot it. Another little fighting force of... Oh, yes. Please, Observer needs to get in here before these missile turrets finish. He's not, though. Zoun stopping that Observer. The missile turret's going to finish up, which will zone out these Blink Stalkers. This drop, or this blink into the main. Not going to work. Second Robo coming down for Zoun. He's adding on the Robo Bay, which means we're going to see probably Disruptor Tech. Again, I'd be surprised if we went into Colossus this late, but it's entirely possible. Forges are down, but 1-1 finished, but no 2-2. There it is. Zoun immediately starts 2-2 and starts chrono boosting out the upgrades there. Going to stay even with Dynamite on upgrades. Dynamite's 2-2 a little slightly ahead, but as long as Zoun keeps chrono boosting those upgrades, he's going to be just fine. Advanced shockwaves on the way for Dynamite, as well as +1 vehicle weapons, beefing up those tanks a little bit to make his defense even more strong. Dynamite playing the turtle game right now and playing a really good game. Army supplies ahead for Zoun, who's looking to bump up against max supply right now. Only a few storms out for Zoun. Dynamite adding on some more factories, going mass tank, I guess. Interesting. So factories... Wait, are these just 2 factories? How many factories does he have? 3 factories. Okay, so yeah, factories 2 and 3 going down now for Dynamite. We'll see what comes out of this. It's a strange choice to scrub in more factories, but I guess when you got a bunch of tanks, you just want a bunch more tanks. I'm curious to see what comes out of those factories. Anyway, it is going to be Colossi. Extended Thermal Lance coming out for Zoun. Bit of a late swap to Colossus, but it's going to be a decent choice for him as he is up against, of course, Bioplay. Observer scouts this double drop coming down, but plenty of warp ins here. Plenty of photon cannons at this bottom base for Zoun. Zoun, who's rotating around to the north side of the map, checking ahead with the observers in the top. And Dynamite pushing out. Again, his scans just missing this observer. And here we go, Zoun into the third base. The Warp Prism is going to get shelled down by the missile turrets, and the Warp Prism, Zoun's going to lose that Warp Prism. EMP goes down onto all the units here. Misses one of the Templar, but gets the other ones. No storms available for Zoun. A really great engagement for Dynamite. Down, being so uncautious with that Warp Prism. Losing that Warp Prism is so key here. Jeez, second game in a row where Zoun has lost a Warp Prism, and it's put him in a lot of trouble. He doesn't want to stop producing out of these Robo Bays because he needs to get Disruptors and a third Colossi out. I'm a little worried now for our boy, Zoun. Army supply still ahead for Zoun, but Dynamite now on 4 bases. He's ahead in the income tab. Dynamite pushing in, sieging up these tanks. He's got the ghost for the EMPs. Only 2 Colossi. Third Colossus about to pop out. EMPs blanketing the army of Zoun, though, and he's going to fight in this very narrow choke point. EMP's going to drive him back, and this is a terrible fight for Zoun. Whiffing on 2 storms there. His storm energy very, very low. Man, oh man, oh man. Dynamite again pushing in. A good storm could wipe this entire army out. He does have a Templar available. Yeah, Dynamite sees things got this. He needs to split up this army a little bit. 1 storm softening up the north flank. A second storm on the back here. Decent storms for Zoun, actually, and this is going to drive his opponent back. Disruptor Ball picking off some of the units in the back, and I can't believe this. Zoun is going to play this fight beautifully, clearing Dynamite out. 1 Colossus still alive in the background there. The tank going to get picked off, and Zoun is going to win that fight. Wow. Dynamite shows us why you should never fight in a choke point. A terrible engagement from Dynamite. He was splitting a little bit. I thought he might be able to save his bacon there. His bacon was not saved. It is all eggs and pancakes for Dynamite. Oof. Oof. 4 more Templar getting morphed in here. They will have enough energy for storms before too long. We see 3-3 on the way for both players. Zoun slightly behind on the upgrade game, but he does need to get those going. It does need to chrono those out, so he might be able to catch up here, as 3-3 is just about 2/3 of the way done for Dynamite. Dynamite with no real army to speak of. This is all he's got. Nothing able to save this base. Forces a cancel on the planetary, and a kill on the 6th base for Dynamite. He's moving his 5th into position. Zealot run by into the 3rd. Oh, man. Again, Dynamite just out of position. And Zoun, okay, never mind. He's not going for the mineral line. He is going to get distracted by some of those units, and we'll get driven back. Big drop, by the way, for Dynamite into the main. Zoun, I believe, has not spotted this drop with anything. There's no observer here to see this drop, so Dynamite is just going to get straight into the main. Zoun should warp in as soon as he sees it. There we go. It moves into vision, and Zoun should be warping in Stalkers into the main right about now. A scan goes down. Oh, this drop from Dynamite is going to go down. Zealot's cleaned up here, but immediately the probe's getting massacred here. The infrastructure is going to go down. We'll see if the Robo Bay gets picked off. Colossus pops out, and he's going to start shelling these units down. We'll see if he focus fires down. He's got plenty of Marauders in the drop. Oh, man. Graviton Boosters is going to get denied there. Overseer speed. Nope. Observer speed. I think it's because they have the same root obs, which makes it so hard. Like Overlord, Overseer, Over, and obs seem to be so similar in my mind. I don't know. It's very early. I'm off coffee too, so my brain is still just like on water. It's tough. It's tough. Dynamite picking his way through these cannons little by little. Sounds like he's losing a ghost there to the photon cannons. Templar saved by the shield battery. The drop driven out of the main there by these stalkers. Dynamite setting up for another contain. Robo Bay being rebuilt because, of course, Zoun needs more Colossi. He's got 5 now, but that's obviously not enough. You got to go up to like 37 Colossi. This is so many space giraffes. So many space giraffes. And with extended thermal lance, he's going to drive Dynamite out of this position. Easy peasy. I mean, these tanks don't stand a chance against 5 Colossi. Look at this unit counting station. 5 Colossi, a Dark Templar, 4 Disruptors. He's got more Robo units than he does Gateway units at this point. A couple of Archons as well. The army from Zoun just so freaking beefy. Now the income has been zipping back and forth between the 2 players. Dynamite slightly ahead now, but this base under siege. No planetary. Should cancel the planetary and is going to be forced to lift off immediately. Yeah, that's a rough game. SCV is going to go down to these charged zealots. With 5... I've never seen this many Colossi in a game before. 5 Colossi. What is this? Wings of Liberty? 17 SCVs going down. Oof. And Sound getting ready for what he hopes is going to be the final push of the game. He's got about 2/3 more army supply, or a third more army supply than his opponent. 50%? My math is shaky. Some amount of math, larger army than his opponent. The worker count has been evened out. He's got that high ground vision with the Colossi. Observer gets picked off, which is nice. And Zound going to retreat now for a moment. Stargate going back down home for Zound. He still has some minerals there in the main base that he's forgotten about. Gravitic boosters again for those over the observer speed. Going to start that upgrade again, but at this point, Dynamite I think is on the clock. Zound has complete control of the map, building a whole new base here, opening up a whole new world. He's got plenty of mining bases, and even spots Dynamite grabbing this base here. Dynamite mining off of 1.5 bases, we'll call it. Trying to get number 2 up, but it's going to be rough. Storm onto all these units here, softening up Dynamite just a little bit. This is going to bring Zound back home. Zound with some disruptors to lead the fray, but let's see if Dynamite has enough DPS in the tank to get this Nexus down. He is focused firing the Nexus. The Nexus is going to lose its shields, but this drop will get picked off. One medevac goes down, second medevac goes down as well. A good, clean kill there from Zound, saving this top 12 o'clock base. Oh, goodness gracious. Zealot working its way down. It's going to get about half a kill on this Planetary Fortress, actually. The Planetary going to get the Zealot down, but much like its forefathers before it, blazing the way for another destruction on that top base. And DT Blink now on the way for Zound. Oh, yes. Wait, why does DT Blink not have an icon over the top of it? Hey, Gameheart, you're missing something. Anyway, Zound pushing in here to the third base. The third base dislodged immediately. EMP goes down onto the entire army of Zound. So Zound's army weakened a little bit. Dynamite actually with a sizable fighting force now. Plenty of Vikings out. 6 of them. 7 of them, pardon me. To fight those Colossi. Still 5 Colossi on the map, though. Zealot and DT run by into this base. Oh, man. If the Zealots pick off this missile turret, these DTs can do a lot of damage. He's going to go straight for the Orbital Command. Orbital Command forced to lift off here. The army of Dynamite pulled back down to the south. Missile turret picked off. Plenty of missile turrets out for Dynamite, though. He can see those. Well, he can't see those DTs, actually. So when he engages into those Zealots, the DTs should be able to get on top of them. There we go. Scans for the DTs. But the DTs are out of scan range there. And DT Blink about to finish. 2 more Stargates getting added on here. +1 air weapons going down for Zound, who wants to transition into air toss, get some Phoenix out, or just go straight, yep, straight into carriers. Zound moving into carriers now. Oh, yes. Ghost cloaking on the way for Dynamite. Still just 1 Ghost Academy. So only 1 nuke going to be available to him. Another DT run by. Storm going down. Wow, it's going to be very difficult for Dynamite to engage into this. He does pick off the High Templar, but the missile turret not going to finish building. So as soon as his scan expires, the DTs... Oh, and the DTs blinking away. But they are going to be just under the auspices of a missile turret there. Trying to recall the DTs does save 1 DT. But most of them getting picked off there. Bit of a pro gamer move from Zound, who's now making 4 carriers at a time. Maxed out, 130 army supply. Max upgrades for both players here, +2 shields finished up for Zound. Man, you know it's good when the Protoss player's upgrading shields. Purification Novas going forward from those disruptors. Not going to get anything here. Dynamite, well, doing a good job to get away from those. First nuke coming out now from Dynamite. Scan goes down to reveal the entire army of Zound. Vikings trying to get some pot shots onto those Colossi, but the army is going to get zoned out by these Purification Novas. More and more carriers coming out now from Zound. First carrier is out. Second carrier joining in here. The Interceptor's not going to be here quite in time. Dynamite trying to set up a hard contain to put some pressure on this 12 o'clock base. He's reestablishing this base back here. Long distance mining from that base. Vikings kiting forward. Zound taking his time. As soon as the Vikings go down there, there's nothing that can possibly stop this army from Dynamite or from Zound. And Dynamite just doesn't have enough. GG. Zound takes the series and is going to move in to our next match of the day. So, Zound going to move on to the winner's match. Dynamite going to move on to the loser's match. So, coming up next, we've got Chance versus Sort of. Guys, we're going to do a quick 3-minute break. When we come back, we'll have Chance and Sort of right after this. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. It is so nice to have you here for the Alpha X Code A Showdown. We have got a great series ahead of us. Coming up next, our second match of the day, going to be Chance versus Zoun. Before we get into that match, I do very quickly want to say a big thank you to our sponsors. Hang on. A big thank you to our sponsors, not just Bravestar Gaming and KU Bet, but also G Fuel. Guys, G Fuel is the official drink of all esports. They provide all sorts of great gamers, like if you know PewDiePie, Disrespect, with focus, energy, and endurance. G Fuel is like a low sugar energy drink, so you don't get that weird crash you often get if you're like chugging the other energy drinks that are full of chemicals and artificial, you know, bull sweat or whatever they've got. None of that stuff. G Fuel is clean, natural, just solid fuel, and we're so happy to have them as part of our sponsorship today. So remember to stay hydrated, stay G Fuel. All right, so we've got our first map set up now. It's going to be Nightshade and then Everdream, followed by Eternal Empire. All right, so we've got our 3 matches ready to roll. And let me just make sure our players are good to go. And as soon as they are, we will get set. We've got, hold on, our Chinese caster, Mage, is asking a quick question before we go, which means I can shout out to the Matcherino one more time. If you guys haven't yet contributed to the Matcherino, remember, for just a very small donation, you can get the entire replay pack from this tournament, and I feel like I'm out of camera. There we go. The entire replay pack for this tournament, and also the replay pack for the Into the Alpha X tournament as well. That's something like 100-ish games at least. I think more than that. So from that series and from this series, you can get those replay packs. We also have a really interesting promotion going on. If you're viewing from the US, you can check on the Matcherino page. There's a little line about texting Sonic. You guys know Sonic, the America's Drive-Thru, or America's Drive-In rather. If you text Sonic with it's like some number you text, and you text him the phrase gamer2, and then you give him your zip code, that'll add $1 to the prize pool. I know it's a little weird to have your cell phone number out there to people, but you can stop the messages at any time, and just by texting them, that'll add $1 to the prize pool as well. It's easy peasy, and then again, you can just, if you want to opt out of the messages afterwards, you can just hit stop right afterwards, and they don't bug you anymore. I did it yesterday. It's super easy, and they haven't bothered me since. All right, guys, let's get into game number 2 here. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner in the red, it's our Protoss player from Archangel Gaming, Chance. I do just want to say, look at how dope the Archangel Gaming logo is. Chance looks so good. Archangel, I believe, is Chance, Percival, and Kelliger. Great team. And his opponent in the far top left-hand side of the map, I believe also from John Lake Gaming, it is sort of Richard Berkman. It's so strange, I don't remember player names very often. I'm pretty bad at player names, like sort of Cho Sung-ju, and for some reason I remember Nurchio, Archer Bloch. I don't remember player names at all, but sort of is one of those few players whose name sticks in my head, whose like real name sticks in my head. I have no idea why, but I do happen to know his real name. Sort of course, our only foreign competitor today. Pardon me. Our only foreign competitor today. We did have a foreign competitor yesterday in Estrella. Estrella, unfortunately, did not make it through to the next series. So Ricard is the foreigner's last hope here. And sort of has put on some impressive showings in these Alpha X events in the past. Sort of course, living in Korea right now in the team house. And he's competed in several of these Alpha X events. He's a great competitor, and we're just so freaking jazzed to see him coming back for this Code A. This tournament, of course, Code A consisting of the players, mostly consisting of the players who did not make it into GSL Code S this year, who tried to make it, but didn't quite make the mark. With the exception of True. Hang on. Pardon me, sorry. I tried to warm up my voice as best I could this morning, but it is just about 4 a.m. here where I'm living, so I am still waking up a little bit. Alright, Stargate coming down for Chance. Chance is going to finish up that Stargate and go for Oracle first. This is unscouted as of yet by Sort of, who's being very
Swarm forces under attack.
being very passive with that Stargate play. Or pardon me, very passive with his opening, with his scouting. Not pushing any Overlords in. It is the 3.5 minute mark. This is usually when you want to move that Overlord in and see what you're up against. But he has not gone for any scouting so far. The wall for Chance is finished up here, so he's not going to slip any Lings in. And Sort of just taking his time. He does have that Spore Crawler at the third finishing up. Would love to see some more Spore Crawlers. There we go, Spore Crawler at the natural. And the main should be any second now. He's got a couple Queens there, though. Should be just fine. First Oracle, now on its way across from Chance. Pardon me. I hope chat is doing okay. It looks like you got plenty of people tuning in here to the Alpha X Code A. I wish my Korean was a little better to say hello to you all in chat and to have the chance to interact a little bit more. I'm trying to catch little tiny words and phrases that I know, but my Korean is terrible. I need a tutor to learn. Oracle going to get in with 2 kills, but will get pushed right out by the Spore and the Queen. Not the damage that Chance was hoping for, but he does have no more Oracles coming out of this Stargate, so he's not going to invest any more. Oh my god. He's not going to invest any more into the Oracles. He is just going to go straight in to 2 base carrier. Where's that fleet beacon? Where's that fleet beacon? There it is. Yeah. Fleet beacon and a Stargate coming down. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh Chance, oh Chance, oh Chance. Oh, sweetheart. Okay, so Adept's coming in. They're going to force a pull of the third base here from Sort of. Sort of going to lose 2 more drones, maybe 3. The Adept Shade going to continue here. Adept's going to shade up into the main. Meanwhile, Phoenix getting picked away is going to try and get a kill on the Overlord. The Overlord will be saved, though. Adept's into the main now. Queen to drive it away. Adepts will spot the Roach Warren of Sort of, but Sort of is not prepared at all for 2 base carrier. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Carriers already getting chronoed out here for Chance, and Sort of is no way prepared for these. Oh boy. He's got Spores. He's got lots of Roaches on the ground. So actually, it's a decent response here from Sort of. The idea is, of course, go Roach Ling. Yeah, he hasn't spotted any of this. The idea is to go Roach Ling, overwhelm on the ground, and just let the carriers do their thing. And hope, he's pulling the Queens as well. Slow walking 4 Queens across the map right now to support these Roaches and Ravagers. 2 Ravagers already on the way. Chance is going to let this third base finish. Sort of should put some more pressure on this third base. Going to go straight here. Oh, man, a nice stasis ward. They're going to buy him a little bit of time. Carriers just about to pop out, but they won't have enough interceptors for a while. That said, there's only Queens here to pick down the interceptors. Roach Ravager pressure begins onto the Cyber Core. Let's see, Sort of, is he going to see this carrier? I wish we had player cams so I could see his face when he sees this first carrier. Another stasis ward goes down on the Lings again. A nice stasis trap there. Oracle does get picked off by the Queen in the background, though. Still is not seen. There we go. Now he's seen the carriers and Sort of must just be thinking, what the... What? Carriers. Ooh, some good corrosive biles on that first carrier. But luckily there are a couple of shield batteries here to protect him, and I think with the carriers out, I think Chance is going to have a shot here. Queen's trying to shell them down. 1 carrier going to go. Oh, God, the carrier is so low. The Queen's target firing the carriers. First carrier down, second carrier. Still getting shelled down by the Queens. Would love to see some corrosive vials here. If the second carrier goes down, Chance is going to be in a lot of trouble. Carrier does live away. Still 2 Queens ready to shell away from it. The Queens, however, out of transfuse energy. Carrier number 3 coming out now. 2 base carrier, but the Roaches and Lings now into the natural. All the Queens have gone down, and this is ridiculous. What on earth is Sort of going to do? He's going up to Lair Tech to get the Hydralisks out, but this initial Road Ravager pressure is going to get picked down eventually by the carriers, just trying to pick off as many probes as he possibly can, forcing a pull of the probes, but the interceptors are going to finish up the job here, and I can't believe it. Chance has held on 2 base carrier. His 3rd base canceled, of course, but he's still got 2 carriers out heading across the map now. Hydralisk Den just getting started for Sort of. Needs to bank up some more gas. He's got 2 gas, 3 gas, 4 gas, 5 gas, 6 gas just getting taken. Needs to saturate those up right away. Spore Crawlers down everywhere now as the carriers make their way across the map. More carriers on the way for Chance. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Is Graviton Catapult still an upgrade in this game? I haven't seen it in years, but I don't know if that's because it's it's like not an upgrade anymore, or if just nobody uses it. You know, it's like one of those weird. It's like Microbial Shroud, like it's in the game, but nobody technically uses it. I'm not even sure if it exists anymore. They may have taken it out. A lot of Queen's gonna go down here. Spore Crawlers not focus firing down the carriers. The carriers still plenty of energy left. 3rd carrier now joining the fight. But 8 Hydras out from Sort of. Hydralisk grouped spines on the way. 3 carriers now pushing forward. Oh, this is so strange. Chance is really bringing out the cheese today, and I love it. Queen's picking off interceptors one by one, but of course those carriers can't just remake. Forge and Twilight Council coming down for Chance, so we'll have some economy or some units behind this. Chance needs to retreat now with those carriers. Of course, Sort of. With the Hydralisks out. Plenty of Hydras on the map now. 17 of them. Adding on 7 more. Chance poking in 4 carriers now. Unit counting station looking very odd in this game. 21 Hydra. Hydra should be a pretty hard counter to these carriers, but as long as they stay above this dead zone, they're going to be in pretty decent position. Sort of rotating back around. His creep spread is pretty bad this game, actually, so he's not going to have a lot of opportunities to see these carriers coming through. Does anyone in chat know if Graviton Catapult is still an upgrade? I feel like it's not. Can somebody check on that for me? I'm really curious now. If it is, I can't imagine why Chance isn't getting it right now on 2 base carrier. 3rd base is up for Chance now. Sort of on 4 bases, trying to defend against these carriers being so annoying. Target firing down the Hydralisks. Hydra's coming in the back now, and oh no, Chance gonna get pinned. He might be forced to recall these carriers. Carrier 1 goes down, good focus fire there. Carrier 2 goes down, and yeah, he's gonna be in a spot of bother, actually. These carriers now trapped. No interceptors. The interceptors, of course, gonna get picked down one by one, and Chance gonna be forced to recall those carriers. Good defense there by Sort of. Finally, getting something done. Sort of now on 96 army supply to the only 38 of Chance. Chance trying to rebuild his economy behind this, but Sort of still way ahead. Sort of going to push across with these Hydralisks. Slow-moving Hydralisk muscular augments have just finished up, and now the Hydra's going to be a bit zippier, but still very far off creep. With plenty of Hydras, I think Sort of is going to roll over this. It doesn't matter how good your carriers are. He's warping in a couple more Zealots to try and fight this Storm on the way, but with this massive amount of Hydralisks, it's just so much DPS. Normally, I decry Zerg players who go straight Hydra. It's not usually a good composition. In this case, I think it's just fine. The Interceptor's not living for too long at all. We see Lurker Den behind this, so even if the Hydras don't work out, the Lurker Den is on the way. Storm is finished up now, but Chance is going to need some miracle storms on these Hydras to make it work. Hydras from the top, Hydras from the bottom, Hydras from the left, Hydras from the right. It doesn't matter where you look. There's a 270-degree surround of Hydralisks on this 3rd base, and Chance going to be forced to GG out there. The 2 base carriers not helping out a whole lot. A fun, cute play from Chance, but just not enough. We're going to get into game number 2, which is going to be Ever Dream LE. All right. Chance versus Sort of. Game 2. All right. Ticking down into game 2, guys. Cannot wait to see if Chance pulls something crazy out of his sleeves again. BWV659, thank you. Jinjae Kim? Jinjae Kim? Is that right? I'm sorry. My Korean is just the worst. Thank you. It's so nice to have you guys all joining us today for the Alpha X Code A Showdown here, Group B. We're going to figure out which two players are going to join True and... who was it? True and Super. That's right. Super and True. In round 2 of this cool little series of these players who just didn't quite make it into GSL Code S. All right. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner in the blue from Archangel Gaming, it is Chance. And in the top left-hand corner in the red from Sweden, it is Sort of. So I've got this keyboard that I just bought. It's a pretty nice keyboard, and all the keys are a little bit wiggly on it because they have keycaps on, or they have switches underneath this mechanical keyboard. So the tops of the keys wiggle just a little bit, but it usually doesn't bother me. But the only time that I really punch the keyboard hard, because I'm not an aggressive typer or anything, the only time I punch the keyboard really hard is when I do player introductions and I zoom in and hit the delete key on the keyboard, which rotates the camera. Like when I hit the delete key, it does that to the camera, or insert, which rotates it the other way. And so I smack down on those keys on the keyboard really hard when I do my player intros, just because I'm jazzed and I've got a lot of energy, and the energy goes straight from my hand into the keyboard. So I'm really worried that my insert and delete keys are just going to shatter on me before too long. These two poor keys are working harder than any other key on my keyboard. Everything else I type very normally, and that delete key, I just smack it down. So we got a very early third base here out of Sort of before the 2-minute mark. About the earliest third base you can safely take. And that's a very... I mean, it's almost macro cheese at this point. The probe is going to spot it, though. So if we look at Chance's vision, bing, he sees it. So Chance now knows, okay, very early third base. Maybe he's got a chance to do some early game pressure. Chance, of course, grabbing his own Nexus, getting a very... oh no, I thought that was his gas. Never mind. Getting a Robo Facility first. So I'm guessing Charged Lot Immortal, or yeah, probably, I don't know, Robo first gives you a couple options, but should be able to put some good pressure on the third base of Sort of, as Sort of expanded very early here in game 1. Fibric, they survive 50 million hits, but how many straight up attacks do they survive? Because that's what I'm mostly concerned about, is the vivacity with which I am just destroying that keyboard. Anyway, Robo Facility about to finish up here for Chance. Interested to see what comes out first. If he goes straight into Immortals, goes for a War Prism first, Observer just to see what's going on. He's queuing it down to his natural, so it's going to be War Prism first here. Out of Chance. Second gate going down, but only 2 gates so far. So not a super aggressive opening. Looks like it's going to be Immortal Sentry. Yeah, Immortal Sentry. Out of Chance. Second Sentry coming down now. And that's a great build. Now, Zerg players hate Immortal Sentry. I know a lot of Zerg players think it's a low skill build that you only do if you can't micro. Hopefully Sort of is ready for this. He's got his Roach Warren already on the way. Of course, Roach is not that great against Immortals. So Sort of is going to have to be very careful with his positioning and very cautious with the engagements that he does take. Good pickup there from Chance. First Immortal coming out, 3 extra gates getting on and on. Chance going into 5 gates on 6 gates on 2 bases. I don't think he's going to plan to expand at all. In fact, we see a Ling here from Sort of to check and see if he's expanding, but no expand from Chance just yet. Ugh. All right. Two Sentries and the Stalker. Just going to hunt some Overlords here. That should drive Sort of back. Sort of going to lose this Overlord almost certainly. Yeah, Queen's just slightly out of range. Doesn't want to engage off of creep with any of this stuff. So going to lose a second Overlord, which is a little annoying. But he does have plenty of Roaches coming out now. 6 more Roaches out. 2 more on the way. Total of 8 Roaches. Be 10, 12 on the map before too long. a reasonable army. But Chance moving out. 2 Immortals. Stalkers. Couple of Zealots in here as well. No upgrades for either player. Ling speed, in fact, for sort of just getting started. Doesn't matter. He's got 1 Ling on the map. Here we go. Pressure on the 3rd. As we said earlier, this is the goal for Immortal Sentry. Just Immortal. It's not even Immortal Sentry at this point. It's just Immortal a little bit of everything. Immediately some more Roaches in production. Ravagers as well. Sort of may just sack this 3rd base. I'm not sure if he's got quite enough to really put pressure on it here. Initial force field's not great from Chance. Sort of able to pick those down should he so choose. They are just going to expire very quickly though. 3rd base going to go down. A good initial pickoff from Chance here. But both players pretty much all in right now. This game going to end very quickly. If Sort of can't defend, he'll be just fine. He's still on 40 drones. Only on 2 bases though. And here we go. Roach Ravager, he needs to force down those Immortals. He needs to focus fire down the Immortals. He's not moving forward. Transfuse is coming down from the Queen. Zealots creating a lot of space here, and this is just a brutal attack from Chance. Immortals still in the back, shelling away. Sentries in the back. More Stalkers and Zealots getting warped in here. The Immortals still alive, and yeah, Chance just going to take that. Sort of a little too greedy in the early game, and Chance capitalizing on that greed from Sort of. Sort of didn't have a prayer there. So we are going to go into game number 3 now. On Eternal Empire, LE. Both of our series this morning go into game 3s. Alright, we're waiting on our admin who is still in game here. There we go. Alright, we're making the lobby now for game number 3. Poor Sort of just did not have a shot there. Taking that early 3rd base was a calculated risk, but unfortunately a risk that he was not willing to take, or was not able to capitalize on. All right, we got the go from both players. We're gonna get into game number 3 now, with Chance versus Sort of. Map number 3, of course, going to be Eternal Empire LE. No surprises, by the way, in the map vetoes today from our players. The map vetoes have been very, very standard stuff. We've got Purity and Industry vetoed out right away. Nobody likes Purity and Industry. Golden Wall vetoed out. I'm seeing Golden Wall more these days, but players still are just not ready for it. All right. Our series tied up at 1-1. Let's hop into game 3. Spawning in the top right-hand side in the blue, it is our Protoss player from Archangel Gaming. Chance. And his opponent in the bottom left, it's our Swedish player. Sort of. Sando, how's it going, man? Good to see you in the chat. Welcome to the stream. We're here playing match number 2. We're going to see who's going to move on to play Zown in the winner's match and who is going to get dropped down to play in the loser's match up against Dynamite. So if Chance wins this, we're going to see a PvP in the winner's match. And if Sort of wins it, we will dodge the mirror matchups for another day. Sort of looking very strong. Just getting bamboozled a bit there in game number 2. Doing that early 3rd base play. A very greedy, sort of a macro cheese, if you will. But this game, Hatch Gas Pool, looks to be a little more standard. I'd be very oh my god. I was about to say I would be very surprised if Sort of goes for an early 3rd base again. But look at this. Look at this drone. Look at Sort of going for an early 3rd base again. He's going to get that base down at 150. Chance spots it. Chance could go Robo again and just go for Immortal Sentry and probably crush Sort of. This is a very dangerous position for Sort of to be in right now. He lost with this exact same strategy last game. Let's see what Chance goes for his tier 2 tech. He's chronoing out the first Adept. Oh man, if he goes Robo again. Okay, interesting. Chance not going for Robo, going instead for Twilight Council. Now, what this could mean is Glaive Adept. Glaive Adept equally dangerous against an early third base as Immortal Sentry. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly what Chance goes for. First Adept on the map for Chance. Probe going to make it back home. Adept going to confirm that third base still going up. Yeah, look at this Robo behind it for the Warp Prism. We should see. I mean, I strongly suspect it's going to be Glaive Adepts. Out of Chance with the Robo. There it is. Glaives into Robo and sort of... Man, I just don't know. I sort of is not seeing the Twilight. He's seen the Robo, but obviously the Robo a little bit late. So I think sort of can probably guess what he's up against. Seeing that late Robo and seeing the Adept already out. Good save on the drone by sort of here. But he has put himself in a very, very dangerous position. 3 more gates coming down from Chance. Sort of adding in this Roach Warren. Going up to Hive Tech. Couple extra queens coming out now. This is the very tense game 3, guys. Very tense game 3. All right. So third base up now for sort of. Not saturated though. He's moving all his drones over to his natural. Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry. It's so early. 4:14 a.m. for me. I've been up since 2 a.m. Oh goodness. So Glaives about to finish up here. Chance not chronoing out Glaives. Warp Prism on the map already, though, and this Glaved Adept attack is about to come to fruition. Creep spread from sort of not great right now. Just the one tumor outside his third base. I mean, he's got good vision of this, but of course it's going to be harder and harder for him to surround with the roaches. Plenty of roaches out for sort of now. But Chance is on 4 gates. Can support. He's already got 7 Adepts coming in. Going to be up to 11 very soon. All it takes is one slip up here for sort of, if he doesn't rotate around with the Adept Shades, he's in trouble. Did he already pick off 3 Adepts? No, just 1. Chance pushed back. Sort of with these roaches out, roach speed on the way, 4 more roaches coming down. But again, one mistake is all it takes from sort of to miss 1 Adept Shade here. Interestingly, by the way, Chance not going for mass Adept. He's getting some Stalkers behind this. An interesting choice. Cancels the shade. Should shade in one more time. Nice micro here from Chance. Picking up and dropping off with the Warp Prism. The Observer is here, but the Observer is going to go down. A good pickoff. For sort of. Who chases that Warp Prism away. Adepts from Chance not doing a whole lot. Again, a very interesting choice from Chance to not go all in on the Glaive Adepts, to just get some of those Stalkers out. Adepts shading forward yet again. Keep your eye on these Adepts. The shade moving into the natural here is going to get canceled again. Warp Prism maybe into the main. There's a Spore Crawler here, though. A Queen and a Spire behind this. So the Spire, as of yet, unspotted by Chance. Does not know that Spire is here. Chance forced to pick up and get out again. Does pick off a couple drones, though. The Adept Shade into the natural has finished this time. Gonna force a pull from sort of, and this is what we talked about earlier. Sort of, without rotating his army in here, not keeping an eye on that Shade. 8 drone kills gonna go down immediately. Okay, he finishes the Shade in the main. There are some roaches here to drive these Adepts back to the Adept count high enough. He's just focused firing drones right now. He spotted the Spire now, importantly, as well. So Chance now knows this Spire is here. Ooh, his warriors have also engaged the enemy. Anyway, a couple of Adepts going to get down here. 2 Adepts should make it out with their lives down into the natural. Roaches here from sort of, but sort of losing 17 drones. That is a huge loss for sort of. Down to just 58 drones on 3 bases. Chance behind this, taking his third base, and that is exactly what Chance needed to come back into this game. Now, Chance has seen the Spire. The Spire is finished for sort of. But sort of. Very low on income. Can't afford to make any Mutalisks right now. Had to spend all of his minerals and gas on those roaches. And unfortunately, down to just 300 gas. And 3 Mutalisks is not a scary number of Mutalisks. Meanwhile, Chance pushing in to this third base. Oh my god, the Queen's going to go down instantaneously. 3 Immortals behind this. This third base sort of in so much trouble. Still just stuck on Roach Ravager. No +1 for either player. Sort of is getting smacked down here in game number 2. This early third base costing him so much. He is not able to find a good reward for that third base. The drones have been pulled to aid with the fight, but the Blink's back. Very efficient, very effective for Chance. Chance microing those Immortals back. All 3 Immortals still alive. Beautiful micro here from Chance. 20 drones going down. Wow, sort of trying to rebuild his third base, but it doesn't matter. GG. Chance takes games 2 and 3, and that is going to mean that Chance moves on to our winner's match to face up against Zaun. We are guaranteed to have one more Protoss joining Super in the next round of the tournament. Guys, we're going to go to a short break. When we come back, the winner's match with Zaun and Chance. If you have time during the break, hit up our Matcherino. You can donate to the Matcherino to get the replays back from this tournament and from our last tournament into the Alpha X Pro Circuit, which is over 100 StarCraft games easily for you to analyze and check out for just a very small donation to that replay pack. Also, you can text Sonic your info, and they will add $1 to the prize pool on your behalf. Okay, guys, 5-minute break. When we come back, winner's match with Chance and Zaun. Stick around. Hello and welcome back. It is a joy and a pleasure to be bringing you guys the Alpha X Code A Showdown. We are now into the winners match here in Group B, featuring our two previous winners, our two Protoss players. One of these Protoss will move on to the next stage of this tournament, and one of them will be bopped down, forced to play in the deciding match against either Sort of or Dynamite. So let's get in without any further ado to game number 1 of the winners match. All right, boys and girls, in the top right-hand corner, in the red, from Alpha X, it's Sound. And in the bottom left-hand corner, in the blue, from Archangel Gaming, it is Chance. Alright, so we've got openers from both these players. My music's still a little bit loud, isn't it? Sorry about that, guys. Let me turn it down just a tad. Alright. So, standard Protoss openers here. Second gates dropping for both players on the top side of their ramps. Nothing unusual here to see. PvP, always a bit of an interesting matchup. And today, of course, no exception. Cybercore's down at identical times here for Zoun and for Chance. You know, I think Zoun is our favored player of these two, but what's really interesting is actually, so we do our map vetoes based on Aligulac rankings, which is Aligulac is the massive database that stores every game that every player plays and pretty much keeps a running track of what their MMR looks like. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good data and gives you a good idea of which players are more or less on top of their game. And what's really unusual is that in both of these matchups, both of our initial matchups, Zoun versus Dynamite and Sort of versus Chance, in both of the initial matchups, the underdog, the player who is lower ranked on Aligulac, actually won their match. Zoun and Chance are both our two lowest ranked players underneath Dynamite and Sort of, which is really interesting. So our upper ranked players forced down into the lowest match today. Aw, hey. Hoba TV. Yoru. Welcome. It's good to see you, man. How are you today? I hope you're better than I am. It is 4 o'clock in the morning for me. 4:30 a.m. here. I'm very sleepy still. I hope I'm casting good StarCraft. It's hard. Oh, you're the Bar TV. Oh, what's up? Oh, Daba TV. Of course you are. That makes sense. It's good to see you. Scouting feeder from Chance coming out. We see the Stalker opening for Chance here, whereas Zoun going for the Adepts. Stargate out for Zoun. Nothing yet for Chance. No tier 2 tech. Chance just making sure those Adepts don't get in. Scouting feeding from Chance. We'll see the Oracle pop out of the Stargate if he's careful. No, he's going to get picked off right before that, but should know the Oracle is coming out. And Zoun is going to try and get some damage out of this Oracle. That said, Zoun has seen the Stalkers out for Chance, so as long as Chance rotates around pretty well, he should be able to defend against this Oracle. Wow, look at this. A second piece of tier 2 tech coming out for Zoun. He's gone into Stargate and then into Robo. He's going to recall his Adepts back home. Yeah, recall the Adepts back home and send this Oracle in. The Oracle with 2 probe kills, but will get chased out. Not very efficient, not very effective for Zoun. Not the damage he was hoping for. Twilight Council out for Chance. Chance is natural, finished up now. As is Zoun, so both players on 2. Chance. Okay, so Chance has gone Twilight into Forge, indicating that he wants to go into a strong gateway army in the mid game. I think it's fair to say. Whereas Zound has gone for Stargate for harassment into Robo Facility. First Immortal out, indicating that he wants to go for some drop play, go for some Immortal play, get something done a little bit earlier in the game. So Chance is going to be forced to defend against some more early game pressure out of Zound. Chance setting up for a bit longer of a match than Zound is. Chance, by the way, has a shield battery here. A couple stalkers in each mineral line. This Oracle is not going to get anything else done. I'm honestly a little surprised that Zound did not recall it home. Scouting Phoenix will get picked off there, but it does see the composition of the army of Zound. Wow, Zound adding on his own Twilight Council now as well. Zound getting the one of everything build. One Twilight Council, one Forge, one Robo, one Stargate. I mean, really, what else could you ask for? He's got all the tech paths available to him right now. A bit of a wishy-washy build from Zound, who hasn't been able to find as much damage in the early game as he would otherwise like. Chance, though, still just plugging along. Both players roughly even in income. You know, spiking back and forth a little bit, but very, very within very normal variances for both of these players. Oracle still back here for Zound, but again, shield batteries are up. Actually, Oracle may find some damage here in the natural if he pops in. Chance going to push across the map right now with Sentry Stalker. These Stalkers do have Blink, of course. Oh, did he spot it? I don't think he spotted it. Zound just barely missing this run by here. So here's the upgrades tab. Just Blink for Chance. Blink on the way now for Zound. +1 about the same time for both players. A couple more gateways coming down from Zound. Zound with 2 Immortals, and that's going to make a whale of a difference in this fight. As long as the Immortals can get some good shots off here, these Blink Stalkers should be in some trouble. Immortal shots, of course, doing massive damage to these Stalkers, but good Blink Micro here from Chance, pulling away at the right moment. The shield battery saving all of Zound's units. Zound actually pushing forward. Zound thinks he can take this fight. Adept from the side. Adept should get shelled down here. Zound with a good initial engagement. Warp Prism drop here. Adepts into the main base. The Stalkers here to drive them away, but the Probe's pulling away from the shield battery, meaning the Adepts are able to get, oh well, the Adepts can two-shot the Probes even with the shield battery there. Oracle pops in to the natural and will escape with its life. 5 Probes going down for Zound. Nice work picking off some of Chance's Probes. Chance gets into his own single Adept, but the single Adept, oh wow, only gonna get 4. Oh, it's a double Adept, pardon me, second Adept. I was gonna say that's a lot of kills for a single Adept. Adept not gonna focus fire super well. More Probes going down at the 3rd base there. 2 more Probes getting picked off, both players doing a bit of economic damage, but again, the Probe count has stabilized. The incomes maybe a little bit in favor of Zound there. Zound pushing across the map now. Scouting Feeder from Chance will spot this in its entirety. Well, he misses the back half there, doesn't see the sentries, but either way, he knows it's a coming. Zound's got to be careful with this Warp Prism here. Blink Stalkers could get it. Okay, Stalker's not going to blink underneath it. A wise choice in the end from Zound. Oracle getting a couple more kills here as the engagement begins. Zound going to rotate up to the 3rd base. We see a recall from Chance. All those Stalkers back to the 3rd base to defend against this. The army counts roughly even. Zound a little bit ahead right now, but with Blink Stalker and Defender's advantage, I think Chance should be in a pretty good position here. We'll see. Blink Stalkers go back for Zound now. Ooh, catch a couple Stalkers retreating there in the top corner. That's a rough loss. Stalkers getting warped in again for Zound. Zound pushing in all 3 Immortals still alive now. Stalkers not using their blink to move forward here, just getting zoned out a little bit. Chance with slightly better engagement here. Both players on 1-1. Blink Stalkers going back on both sides. 4 Immortals still alive, by the way, for Zound though. And Chance's army, even with a better engagement potential, even with a better concave, I think Zound is still going to tear through this army. Those Immortals being picked up and dropped by that Warp Prism. No pressure on the Warp Prism from Chance, and this is really rough. People asking if I can read Korean. Chogo. Which is the polite way to say, not really. Very little. Alright. Revelation goes down for Zound, and Zound, again, I think has this in the bag. These Immortals all still alive. He has not lost a single Immortal yet this game. His Warp Prism Micro simply too good. He's got to empty this Warp Prism all the way, picking up Immortals one at a time, dropping him down, and this is just rough here. Chance gonna get outgunned. Zound gonna march into this base, and Chance is gonna lose everything. GG. Zound. Takes game 1. I speak Korean well. No, the bar TV. My Korean is awful. I can read Hangul, obviously. But, I mean, I love Hangul because I can read it. And even if I read it, I can't always understand it. So I can say the sounds. I just can't. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm like a talking parrot. All right. We're into game number 2 here with Chance and Zoun. See, like I'm watching all the Korean go through and I can pick out the individual words and everything, but I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Game 2 going to be on Nightshade, L-E. Nightshade, L-E. People want to talk Korean with you. I'm sorry, I cannot speak Korean. I know enough to order a coffee in a coffee shop. I got very good at ordering coffee when I lived in Seoul. I can say like Americano hana juseyo and datatan, and that's about it. I know very little. Okay. So we're getting in now to game number 2. Let's introduce our players. Spawning in the top left-hand corner, in the red, it's Zoun. And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner, in the blue, it is Chance. Okay. So, winner's match here. Zoun up 1-0. Really interesting that Zoun had a bit of a weaker opening in game number 1, going for the one Stargate into Twilight. No, Stargate into Robo into Forge into Twilight Council build. A very strange set of buildings out of Zoun, but he still was able to cobble together a win because Chance just stuck with Blink Stalker and overextended, grabbed that third base a little early. And Zoun was able to pounce on him with Immortals and just won the Blink Stalker war. Pardon me, won the Blink Stalker war in the end. All right, but Immortals first here. Immortal first. That'd be a hell of a build. Adepts first out of Chance. Stalker, Sentry out of Zoun. So immediately, the differences in these builds begin to take shape. A much more gas-heavy opening out of our boy Zoun. And yeah, Chance is going to use that extra gas. If you see the double Adept first, usually that means Stargate for Chance. So Chance looking to return the favor for Zoun. Oh, dang it. All right. Chance. It's lip balm. When you cast for very long, your lips can get chapped. Another Korean word I know. Lip balm. Alright. Adept's not going to get in here for Zoun, who is staying on... for Chance, rather, who's going on a Stargate play. He's got first Oracle coming out now. Chance going to recall those Adepts back home. And again, a great scout here from Zoun, who sees the Stargate, sees the Robo behind it. Beautiful scout from our red Protoss player, Zoun, who's already up 1 game. Zoun going for Twilight Council. That's his first tier 2 building, by the way. Shield Battery in the main, and I think Zoun in pretty good shape this game. His Nexus slightly ahead of his opponents, but only just barely. We'll see if this Oracle can get anything done. Spoiler alert, it can't. There is a Stalker, there are 2 sentries, there is a Shield Battery. Zoun is fine. Alright. Oh, hey, some star balloons in the chat. Samchin-gu, thank you so much for the star balloons. I can't do it. I cannot do it. My Korean teacher would go through and so many times the 2 Korean sounds for S, and I'm so bad at them. Zoun with another Phoenix Scout in here. The Forge is down on both sides. Chance's Robo sitting dormant for now. Looks like he wants to get in with some of these Adepts to try and get some damage done, but there are plenty of Stalkers, and man, 8 Stalkers against 4 Adepts, it's going to be rough. It's going to be real rough. Ouch. Adept not going to get into the main. It is going to get in the main, but it's not going to get anything done. And a nice dodge there by Zoun of the Stasis Ward. Honestly, Zoun firing on all cylinders right now. Stalker's coming across. Yeah, I didn't know Chingu was friend. I was very often asked if I had many Korean friends. Which is what Igosun Hanguge Chingu? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Anyway, I was always asked if I had Korean friends, and I was like, no. Alright, Stalker's in from Zoun. They do have Blink, but there's a shield battery and an Immortal here from Chance. It's funny, this game looking very, it's like the exact opposite of last game. Chance going for the same build that Zoun went for last game. Stargate, Robo, Forge, Twilight Council, and he's going to have those Immortals out, whereas Zoun right now, just staying on +1, getting Charge, getting Blink, and has a couple of those sentries out. So I think Zoun in good shape now. I'm a little worried, though, for his long-term prospects in the game. 2 Immortals already down for Chance here. 3rd one on the way. And again, when Chance decides to push out here, Zoun taking an early 3rd base. This is so strange. It's exactly the opposite of last game. 3rd base down for Zoun. Okay, so Templar Archives coming out for Zoun. If he can get some Archons out before this attack from Chance hits, he might be in good shape. Chance does not have a Warp Prism yet, which means he can't reinforce from the front lines, so he can't really push out with an attack until he gets that. 3rd base out for Chance. There we go, Warp Prism from Chance. So he's setting up for his attack sometime in the next couple of minutes here. Oracle from Chance, still hoping to get some damage done, but again, shield batteries. He's checking in the 3rd base, not going to see anything. No mining at the 3rd base yet. Zoun sticking backward here. Oh, I love this. He's moving out. He uses these Stalkers to catch the move out, like he's playing against a Terran player. Catches the move out with those Blink Stalkers, so he knows what to expect from his opponent. Shells down on some of these units, trying to dive down in to get one of these Stalkers. The Stalker does not go down. Meanwhile, little Adept run by into the natural, but I don't know if Chance cares enough about that. I think Chance just going to go all in here. These Adepts are going to get plenty of work done here. 2 Adepts of his own shaded in. But 7 probe kills, 8 probe kills, 9 probe kills, could be 10 probe kills, but Chance moving into the 3rd base now. There are no shield batteries here for Zoun. Zoun just pushing out with a Gateway army. He's got a lot of Zealots here. These Zealots do have charge. +1 finished for Zoun, not finished for Chance yet. Chance going to go into the 3rd base, but a +1 Zoun against a +0 Chance. The Warp Prism going to get picked off in the back, and that is brutal. GG immediately dropped down. Losing that Warp Prism means losing the game, and ladies and gentlemen, Zoun is going to be our first player to move on in this tournament. He is going to join Super and True in the final semis and final. So congratulations to Zoun. Good work, Alpha X. Guys, you know the drill. We're going to put 5 minutes on the clock. We're going to then go in to our losers match, a TVZ with Sort of and Dynamite, to see who goes home and who moves on. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to have you all here for such a great tournament. The Alpha X Code A Showdown Group B. We're coming to you live now. It is, what, 4:30, 4:49 in the morning for me. But I have never been more keyed up to cast some great StarCraft. We've got a ZVT coming up with Sort of versus Dynamite to see which of our players is going to be sent home and which of our players is going to move on to play Chance in the finals. Before we do that, though, I want to read a quick shout out, a quick thank you to one of our sponsors. You can see him down below, G Fuel. G Fuel asks, what are you drinking right now? Because if it's not G Fuel, cut it out, man. The drink of esports is totally worth drinking. G Fuel ramps up your energy from 0 to 100 real quick. It helps you focus. It's got low sugar. It keeps you from crashing at the very end. G Fuel hydrates you like nothing else does. So G Fuel is the official drink of esports. Stay hydrated, my friends. There you go. G Fuel helping us out with this. I love their help, and we're so grateful for them for sponsoring this tournament. Also, thankful to our other sponsors that help keep Alpha X going. F-Bomb, 24-Hour Fitness, and of course with this tournament, thanks to Brave Star Gaming and KU Bet. It's delightful. I will admit, now that the clip is over, it's a little embarrassing for me to admit that I've never actually had G Fuel in my life. They sent me, I was supposed to get a sample of G Fuel, and they sent me a very nice shaker bottle with G Fuel written on it, but no actual G Fuel. So I trust that it's great. The world of sponsorships is so weird. You know what's not weird, though, is game number 1. We're in the losers match now. One of these guys is not going to be promoted on. Let's introduce our players, and then we'll talk a bit about the strange seeding going down. Oh, oops. Forgot to turn off my follower notifications. Sorry about that, guys. Somebody found me on Twitch, apparently. Hi. If you do like what I do, feel free to find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Just search for Creighton Olsen on any of those sites, and you can find more of my StarCraft work. It is rare for me to broadcast on Africa TV, mostly because my Korean is so bad. Anyway, let's talk about our two players here. Spawning in the bottom left corner, dropping his first match to Zown. It is Dynamite. Was it Dynamite Sound? It was Dynamite Sound, right? Yeah. And at the top right-hand corner, losing his first match 2-1 to Chance. It's Sort of. So, as I said, let's talk for just a moment about the seeding for this tournament. We have 4 players here. We've ranked them in their Aligulac rankings to determine which players we're going to get first map picks for our picks and bans. In order, the Aligulac rankings for these players are Dynamite at the top, then Sort of, then Zown, then Chance, who is our lowest ranked player today. Amazingly, Zown is already through, our third ranked player, already qualifying, and of our 2 top ranked players, one of them is guaranteed to go home right now. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I'm really interested to see how these players feel about being put into the deciding match. Now, both of them did go 2-1 in their opening matches, so neither of them was really a walkover win or anything. None of them got, like, just dumpstered. But still, oh, good save there by Sort of, by the way. But still, a bit of a rough place for either of these players to be in. Being in the losers match in a dual tournament format tournament is very tough. I think it's tough mentally, because this match to me, when I think about the mind of a competitor, the losers match never feels good to win. Like, you win it and you're like, yeah, whatever. I'm safe, but I still have another match to play. So it feels really terrible to lose, but it never feels great to win. Oh. Painam. Pukyum? Oh, very strange. Yeah, the phrase will go on and one will go home just means he's not going to win anything. He's not going to go on to the championship. It's like, imagine if it was a live event. One of these players would keep playing and the other one would just have to pack his bags and go home all sad in the rain. Aww. I use that phrase a lot. Go on and go home because it sounds fun. All right. So we've got a third base down now for sort of not quite as early as his third bases were against his Protoss opponents. Of course, he was punished very heavily for going early third base 2 games in a row against his Protoss opponents, unable to defend those third bases. In fact, that's the 2 games that sort of lost against Zaun were... Yeah, the 2 games he lost against... No, did he lose against Zaun? Gosh, I've lost track completely. Sorry. The 2 games he lost against Chance... Jeez. Were that he went third base super early and then was unable to defend, and Chance just took advantage of it. So we'll see if we see a rematch. If Sort of wins this, he will be rematched against Chance in the deciding match. Or in the deciding match. Viking out for Dynamite to push away the speed overlord from Sort of prioritizing overlord speed over Ling speed, but Ling speed is going to come out eventually. So he's in good shape. We see a Lair Tech going down for Sort of. No Roach Warren yet. Hellion's barely making it into the main here. 2 Hellions still alive. There is a Queen to defend. Let's see if the Hellion target firing is any good here. Oh man, that drone pull from Sort of pretty good. And it looks like he's going to lose 2 drones, but not much else. This Hellion trapped in the corner. 3 Queens. Going to make short work of it. Whoa, that was very strange. Do you see that up against the wall there? Very odd. Sorry, I said earlier no Roach Warren down. Sort of obviously has a Roach Warren down. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Sort of has that Roach Warren down. He's in pretty good shape. Lair Tech coming out means we should see speed roaches from him very soon. The roach count still low, just 3. But I imagine we'll see speed and a big swell of roaches before too long. Out of Sort of. Meanwhile, Dynamite on the other side of the map just getting this third base established. Orbital Command morphing in now. Another Viking kill. This Viking with 3 kills on those Overlords. Nicely done. Oh, man. So I was absolutely wrong. Not going to be Roach speed at all from Sort of. He's going instead for Spire. Let's check the vision of Dynamite. He has not seen that Spire yet at all. Battlecruiser in now for Dynamite. Of course, hiding that Battlecruiser tech from Sort of for a little while, so Sort of should be well prepared for it. Hellions popping in as well. The Queen's getting picked down. The Queen energy very low right now. The Spore Crawler out of position, unable to get any shots off onto the Battlecruiser. More Queens are here. The Roaches trying to defend against the Hellions, but 6 drone kills so far, and these drones from Sort of under duress. Oh, Sort of not scouting that Battlecruiser is in such bad shape. Oh, so many drones going down. 14 drone kills, and the Battlecruiser is saved. Gonna find this dead space here on Zen LE and is gonna live away. He should be able to teleport out very soon. 14 drone kills, the order of the day for Dynamite, and that is actually pretty decent damage. The Spire, of course, has not yet been spotted. Oh yeah, he spotted it with the run by. Okay, he did spot the Spire with the run by, but a second Battlecruiser's out, and of course only 1 Corruptor coming out from Sort of, because Sort of has no gas at all. He started Roach speed, he started +1 and only got 2 Corruptors. Second Battlecruiser coming out from Dynamite now. Repairing up Battlecruiser 1, Battlecruiser number 2 on the way. Third Corruptor finally on the way for Sort of. But he ate a lot of damage. He's still on 70 drones, but his army supply is dangerously low right now. Second Battlecruiser popping out for Dynamite, and let's see where it's queued to. Just heading north slowly along with its compatriot. The second Battlecruiser healed all the way up. Teleport only available on one of these Battlecruisers. Double armory coming down as Dynamite moves in to a very clearly mech build behind his Battlecruiser. Fourth base spotted. Sort of losing a couple drones, but rotating some roaches down to the south. Roach speed is finished up, +1 about to be on the way. We see mag field accelerator from Dynamite. Gonna go for battle mech underneath these Battlecruisers, so a style that we've affectionately dubbed Battle, Battlecruiser, and Battle Mech. Vikings still here. Oh, I think the Overlord just catching the edge of those battle cruisers, though. So sort of should know. Yeah, he's rotating these Corruptors back over. Yamato Cannon just getting started. Now, 4 Corruptors can do good damage against these battle cruisers, but look at this. Cyclones in the back. He's going to try and draw these Corruptors into the Cyclones and allow the Cyclones to pick them off. Corruptors are here. Cyclones should dart forward here. Dynamite needs to move these battle cruisers back. He's going to teleport right out. Oh, gosh. Just getting a couple more. Never mind. He's going to teleport out of there, sees all the Corruptors, and moves out. 3rd battle cruiser is on the way, though, so Dynamite really committing to this. 9 more drones going down. Sort of has lost a total of 30 drones so far. Sumtinku, better battle. I like it. Battle better. It's not battle mech anymore. It's better battle. Ooh, Viking gets picked down by those Corruptors. Yikes. You need some. Never mind. Can't do it. Can't do it. Alright, Cyclones are out. Blue Flame about to finish for these Hellions as well. Infernal Pre-Igniter. Scan. Onto the creep. Couple creep tumors should get cleared here. No, nicely done. Sort of able to defend this creep. Cyclones not using their lock-ons here, but Marine Marauder have found this bottom base, and Sword's going to rotate down to try and save it, but there's so many Cyclones here. The lock-on's going to... Oh, he kills it. Doesn't get the cancel on it. A big loss there for Sword of no cancel on that 5th base. Hellion here to roast any drones that are tenacious enough to try and add down that base. Nice pickoffs here on the creep tumors again from Sword of. I like it, or from Dynamite. I like the focus fire on the creep tumors. He is going to lose a fair amount of his battle mech here. Battle cruisers back home, I think. Where are those battle cruisers? Battle cruisers, yeah, steaming across the map now, but he is going to lose a fair amount of his battle mech on the south side. That's a-okay, though. That's exactly what Dynamite wanted to do. Draw out, trade some of that battle mech. And, ooh, Overlord kills left and right. These battle cruisers doing a decent job picking off what they can. 4th battle cruiser finished up. We see the Nidus Worm on the way. First 3 swarm hosts about to pop now for Sword of. Sword of does have 1 Overlord in position here for a Nidus attack on the 3rd base. So, unfortunately, one of those Overlords is going to escape. So, bad news there for Dynamite. Nidus about to finish up here. Battle cruisers into the main. Where are those Corruptors? Corruptors arriving now. Infestors, oh, locking down the battle cruisers. And, of course, when you're infested, you can't teleport away. Second fungal growth goes down, and that's going to be a 2nd battlecruiser loss. Oh my god, he barely teleports away. The fungal wearing off the last second. Meanwhile, oh, Nidus Worm not going up outside the 3rd, going up outside what could be the 4th location eventually. Scouting barracks for Dynamite. We'll see this. A bit unfortunate for Sword of. Not the placement that he really wanted right now. Corruptors getting spotted by those Cyclones. 1 Corruptor will go down. Nidus Worm out. Swarm hosts, just a few. Ooh, but Hellions are here. Swarm hosts going to dump their payload and get back into the Nidus. A couple Hellions going to lose their lives, but only 1 sad, slow little Locust going to float his way down to the base before he is summarily executed by that tank. I'd say that was not a successful Nidus Worm attack. Out of Sword of. Now, the good news is Dynamite has found this Nidus. He knows where it is. But Sword of is just kind of luring him into a trap right now. More and more of these Swarm Hosts popping out. He's still making Swarm Hosts back home. Going up to Hive Tech. Swarm Host is going to try and get some damage done. This is going to keep Dynamite home. I'd love to see another... There it is. Another Nidus Worm right here. Luckily spotted out by Dynamite immediately. Who's going to clear this Swarm Host with the Cyclone? Battlecruisers picking off what they can. Wearing down some of those Locusts before they make it across. Of course, once those Locusts land, they're going to get taken out by those Hellbats. Neural Parasite coming down is sort of wants to go into Infestor Tech behind this. Plenty of Swarm Hosts out now. Dynamite trying to find a good position for this 5th base. This base is, I think, off by 1 tile, but that's okay. He's going to be fine, and he's moving over with 1 more orbital command. I guess he doesn't want to establish an orbital command here, obviously. He's in pretty rough shape. Cyclones on the high ground trying to protect these tanks from themselves, but of course the siege tanks going to be forced to unsiege here. Blue Flame Hellions getting in here, meanwhile 19 drones going down. I'm not sure where those 19 drones went down. Battlecruisers steaming into the main base. The Corruptors out of position. All the Corruptors out here at the 3rd base. Sort of. Maybe he sent those drones to their death to remax, maybe? down to 57 drones. 64 drones now. Battlecruisers picking up what they can. More drones going down. Yamato on the Queens, but the Corruptors are here. There are no Infestors to lock these Battlecruisers down, so they are just going to teleport back away. Meanwhile, Dynamite pushing in with a really large army in the back. Oh my god, Dynamite just teleporting back here to pick off these Swarm Hosts while they can. A couple more Swarm Hosts are going to go down. This bottom corner base in a lot of trouble. There's no Spore here, and sort of is going to have to let that one go as Dynamite pushes in. Cyclones locking on. Infestors not able to get any fungal growths off. There we go. First fungal does go down. Hellions attacking into the Roach Ravager, but the amount of Hellions is not quite enough. The last of the drones getting cleared out of this bottom base here. The siege tank position on the top is a very nice siege tank position. Hellbats on top of it there. Oh, nice though. The Locusts absolutely vaporizing some of those siege tanks, and it looks like sort of may push through this. Corruptors here to try and lock down these Battlecruisers. Again, the Battlecruisers unable to teleport away. They've just used their teleport. 16 drones have gone down, but the Corruptors going to clean up all these Battlecruisers. The unit counting station down to 1 Battlecruiser, down to 0 Battlecruisers. Not a single one left. More Lings cleaning up these tanks. Dynamite losing absolutely everything in this attack. Sort of trading very efficiently this game. Another Blue Flame Hellion run by here by Dynamite. 73 drones have gone down already this game to 1 SCV. That is so many losses. Meanwhile, sort of going for the Greater Spire. The Greater Spire has been spotted, though, by those Hellions, so Dynamite should know that Vikings should be the order of the day. We don't see any additional starports going down, though. I'm a little worried for Dynamite right now. If sort of transitions into Broodlords, he's going to be in real good shape. Sidus sort of loading up into that Nidus Worm. Another Blue Flame Hellion run by, though. These Blue Flame Hellion run bys from Dynamite are doing so much damage. Even if he loses the Hellions, 16 drones is well worth it for the cost of a fair few Hellions. So well done there by Dynamite to continue keeping sort of's income at bay. Dynamite way ahead in this game. Nidus going to go down just outside of view of this base. Sort of course, I think he's going to try and attack this base here. Might be a bit surprised, but he gets an even better trade at this base for Dynamite. 2 more Infestors coming out. Sort of banking a lot of gas. Greater Spire going down. Oh, he does spend his gas on 2 more, his minerals on 2 more Infestors. So he's not going to be ready for Broodlords as soon as the Greater Spire is finished. Dynamite still doggedly making these Battlecruisers. And the Battlecruiser going to try and take down this Nidus Worm. Meanwhile, Hellions picking off some of this creep. Ooh, misses an active tumor, though. And Roach is here to push this away. Thor production beginning. Thors are a nice choice against the... can be a nice choice against Corruptors. A little tougher against Broodlords because, of course, the Thors easily surrounded by Broodlings and very slow moving, so it's harder to get them underneath those Broodlords. But we will see if the Broodlord transition even happens. Sort of still maxed out right now. Just banking minerals and gas. He's got plenty of Corruptors on the field. 12 Corruptors on the field. Enough for 8 Broodlords or so. Thor's gonna... Woo! Thor's gonna eat a couple of Corrosive Biles there, but we'll get pushed back. Infestors out. Some Neural Parasites are ready. So we could Neural Parasite some of these Thors. In my very uninformed, unpro gamer opinion, sort of should probably start sacking some of these Swarm Hosts, which are not going to be as valuable, and replacing them with better units. We'll see if he does send any of those to his death. I mean, obviously trading out Roach Ravager, super efficient right now. Grabbing some more Lings, also pretty efficient. But he only has, what, 4 Infestors on the map right now. They're a little out of position. And I'm a little worried right now with the giant Thor count of Dynamite. Another Nidus Worm going down. He's going to try and clear Dynamite's income out from the backside. But he's going to lose his own base here. And, you know, it doesn't matter how good you are at cleaning out your opponent's income. Wow, Thor's going to shell down all of those Broodlings. The Broodlings trapping the Thors here. We've got a Neural Parasite down. A really interesting engagement there from Sort of, and he's going to clean an awful lot out of that. Wow. Using those Swarm Hosts very well to try and box out, zone out some of those units, and that's going to allow him to clear these tanks and the Thor. Well done by Sort of. Look, he lost a base, but he's going to double expand behind this, triple expand behind this to try and get his economy going again. The income advantage still in favor of Dynamite, but Sort of looking to change that up. Another Blue Flame Hellion run by. More drones getting toasted here. Doesn't matter how many bases you have if you don't have the drones to saturate it. Nidus Worm going to get picked off by Sort of, but of course there's another one on the way. Sort of Knight is here just for reinforcements. +1 ship weapons coming down for Dynamite. +2 ship weapons should be on the way soon. Sort of with another Nidus, sort of triple expanding. Dynamite has seen these expands going down, though. Wow, what a fight. What a fight this is. Corruptors pushing forward with the scout out here. Still no Broodlords. Out of Sort of. Sort of banking a ton of minerals and gas right now. 2-2 on the way. He's getting +2 melee attacks. Look, he's clearly setting up for Broodlords, right? You want that melee attack for those Broodlings. 5 tanks on their way out. Sort of again gonna try and get on top of these Thors with the Broodlings. 1 Thor might go down. God, the DPS is so huge. That Thor barely still alive. 4 health on that Thor. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Burrow down for Sort of. Burrow, always a good choice. Planetary Fortress can get picked off, though. Missile turret's not quite enough to save it. A good pick by Sort of. Dynamite pushing forward, though. Sort of pushed back onto the high ground. Infestors are out. 10 drones going down. Blue Flame Hellions into the 5th base. Again, Hellbat Morphin. Jeez, just for insult to injury. But here we go. Neural Parasite on 3 of the Thors. The Thors turning on their opponents. Of course, Thors do great damage against armored units. So all those Thors are going to fall down. Very nicely done. Dynamite is going to lose every single Thor. And wow, Sort of taking a great engagement there. Again, trading beautifully. Not even bothering to tech up to Broodlords. Now the income still in favor of Dynamite, and significantly so. But Hellion run by into the 3rd. Infestor's going to get a fungal growth on those Hellions to pick them off. Sort of pushing back with some of these tanks. Still no Broodlords on the way for Sort of. Blue Flame Hellion run by here. Sort of needs to push his creep a little bit further out, I will say. Sort of's creep spread pretty anemic here. We're into minute 20 of this game, and his creep spread still fairly kicked back. It's not really out there. It hasn't given him a lot of early advance warning. Wow, Dynamite aggressively taking this pocket expansion outside the main base of Sort of. That is insult to injury. Goodness me. Another Swarm Host being made for Sort of, who still has 14 Swarm Hosts on the map. I guess he's getting work done with him, so props to him. I'm a little surprised to see Swarm Host still in production at 20 minutes in the game, but hey, if it works, it works. Forces an unsiege from those tanks and does get 1 more tank kill, so not the end of the world. Corruptor's going to find this, and Dynamite not going to be able to set up a planetary there. He is going to lose 1 more orbital command. Another Blue Flame Hellion run by. 141 drones going down. He's lost more drones than he has Zerglings. Well, now it's about even, but that is insane. The drone and Zergling counts almost even. 146 and 150. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And he's still ahead. He's still ahead. Sort of sitting on a huge bank. Dynamite sitting on a huge gas bank. This is, I mean, peak late game TVZ. Interesting. Dynamite still going for those battle cruisers now. Now is the transition. So Sort of finally getting in to those Broodlords. So we're going to see Broodlord versus Battlecruiser. Thor's still out here for Dynamite. Dynamite can still turn this around. Man, this game going super long. Oh, jeez. So annoying. If he focus fires here, this Planetary Fortress could go down lickety-split, and it is going to go down lickety-split. Going to lose a lot of SCVs, too. All those SCVs get cleaned out. Nice, very nice little Nidus attack there. Man, Sort of is using these Swarm Hosts beautifully. It's almost like he played it back in Heart of the Swarm, and he knew what the hell was going on back then, too. 4 Thors coming out from Dynamite, who's probably ready for this Broodlord transition, I think. Broodlords are out, of course. 6 of them. Just waiting for Sort of. Dynamite should know that they're coming any minute now. That's, again, why he's transitioned back into Battlecruiser. Neural Parasite count sort of low, though. Only 6 Infestors out for Sort of, and they're all in the same place, which means they've got to get good Neural Parasites right away. Blue Flame Hellions just clearing out every single base that Sort of has. I wouldn't be surprised to see him continuing to rotate, honestly. Roach is putting some pressure here on this base. It's not a planetary, so a Battlecruiser is going to be forced to come over to deal with these Roaches. 5 more Corruptors coming out. We got Carapace level 3, Flyer Carapace level 3 coming out for Sort of, and jeez. Drone count, 166 drones have been lost. Unreal. Unfreaking real. Swarm host forcing a liftoff of this base here from Dynamite. Dynamite is going to... Planetary Fortress will be saved here. Battle Cruiser... Or pardon me, Orbital will be saved by this Battle Cruiser. Is that a third Spire? A third Spire out for sort of? Wow. Wow. 3 Spires. 3 Spires. Corruptor's getting picked off, but Dynamite not going to be able to shell down this Hive as he had previously hoped. The Hive is safe for now. Big Battlecruiser warp in, though. The Battlecruiser count up to 6. 3 on the field. 4 more coming out. Now up to 10 Battlecruisers soon. This is peak late game TVT. Broodlord Infestor versus Battlecruiser. More Corruptors coming out too. Alright, Locusts. Don't get anything done. Again, the Swarm Hosts, I feel like, are getting less and less useful as the game goes on. Surprised that he's not transitioning out. Ooh, misses the teleport away there. Does lose 1 Battlecruiser, but much like a Hydra, there are 2 more Battlecruisers to replace it. Okay, assaulting this base from the low ground. Sort of not pulling any of these drones out. Gonna lose 7 more drones. Gotta be cautious, though. Battlecruisers moving forward. Doesn't want to get locked down. Infestor's in the back here. Infestor's going to lock down 4 of those Battlecruisers with the fungal growths. Corruptor's going to dive on top now. Battlecruisers eating some shots from the... There we go. Neuroparasites on 3 of the Battlecruisers. The Battlecruisers losing complete control. Locust pushing forward. He's going to sack these Swarm Hosts. This could be the final battle. Teleport used on those Battlecruisers. He's forced to teleport out of the Battlecruiser, so he's going to be able to pick the rest of them down. Anti-armor missiles down on all the Corruptors, but I don't know that it matters. Plenty of Corruptors left over for sort of here. All the Battlecruisers for Dynamite are going to go down, and this looks really rough. Anti-armor missile about to wear off. There are still 9 more Corruptors in the make for sort of these Battlecruisers dangerously low right now. Sort of playing that fight beautifully. Battlecruiser 1 goes down. Corruptors go down as well. Pardon me, tanks go down as well to this corrosive vials. And sort of looking very solid as this game goes into minute 25. 4 Thors in production for Dynamite. No more Battlecruisers in production, though. He's down to just 4 cruisers. Trying to repair those cruisers up, but both players now desperate for more mineral income. Low econ game, 36 workers to 37 workers. The total worker loss count is 183. What an epic struggle this is. Beautifully done by both players. But I think, again, Dynamite on his last legs here. His income advantage is now gone. Sort of way ahead of him in the army supply. He's got a better composition. Infestors pushing for these. Infestors could Neuroparasite these Thors. Neuroparasite. Oh, loses 1. Gets a fungal on those Thors rather than the Neuroparasite. Has not used Burrow yet for those Infestors, which is a little odd because he does have that Burrow upgrade. Dynamite mining from this base. Would love to see these Swarm Hosts putting some pressure on that base. Roaches coming in. Night Swarm gets nuked by some of these Battlecruisers. Another base going to go down for Sort of here. Sort of trying to rebuild on drones here. 42 drones out for Sort of. Fungal onto the cruisers. Oh my god. Fungal onto all the cruisers. He's going to sack the Infestors, but at the cost of getting all these Battlecruisers. The Battlecruiser going to teleport away. Barely makes it away. Goodness me. Roaches, however, fighting on this Planetary Fortress. The Battlecruiser here to push it away. Jiminy Christmas. What a match. What a match. Roaches picking off SCVs here, down to just 30 SCVs. Auto turret going to try and save the day for Dynamite, but just not going to happen. Sort of not really using these Swarm Hosts to the best of his ability. Roaches getting picked off. I do just want to take a minute and show you guys, if you're curious, what it looks like from a Zerg player's perspective to win this match. Here's what Sort of is watching right now. Look at his camera all over the place. He's queuing up for an attack here at the top side, ready to unleash those Swarm Hosts. He knows he's been spotted now, so he uses the Swarm Hosts and gets back out. Gonna save himself. Oh, actually missing a couple of Swarm Host kills. His camera moving much slower than I would have expected, but he's focused firing down, targeting down this Planetary Fortress. The mass repair going down, but the Planetary gonna fall. He's gonna get it. Oh my god, he's not gonna get it. The Planetary Fortress is going to be saved. He loads back into the Nidus, sends these units back down. I mean, this is crazy. And if we switch to Dynamite's vision, we can see Dynamite pushing in now to this base, scanning to see what's behind here, gets a fungal on those Battlecruisers and is not happy about that. He's going to finally pick off this Nidus in the top side. These players just doing a great job so far. He picks off this base and teleports those Battlecruisers away. Thors are here, but most of the Swarm Hosts are still alive from Sort of. Sort of's unit comp down to just 3 sad little Broodlords. Both players starve for income now, but again, I think sort of a little bit ahead of the game. Wow. I mean, sort of is picking down a dead assimilator. You know, not the most effective Ling run by in the world. Okay, so Dynamite clearly bleeding out. Can't go for Thors and battle cruisers anymore. He's got to downgrade himself. Ooh, Dynamite actually going to lose that base. He's got to downgrade himself to tanks and Hellions going back to battle mech. Wow, finally gets this planetary fortress though, which is a big win. Sort of not really mining from tuning base, just this one here. Corruptors are here, no infestors though, so the battlecruisers can teleport away again. Battlecruisers barely making it out alive, 10 health on that battlecruiser. Talk about a last second teleport. Blue Flame Hellion cleaning up a couple units here, but there was a Roach run by cleaning out a couple SCVs. I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point. Dynamite gonna lose this orbital command, gonna forced to bring another orbital command over. Some Lings burrowing here from sort of to prevent that from landing. Dynamite trying to take this base here at the, we'll call it 11 o'clock position. But sort of, I think, running rampant right now. Dynamite has managed to re-even the army supply a little bit here. It's getting a little bit closer, but he's down to just 27 workers. And as long as sort of can hold here, get some more Nurls on these Thors. He's got six infestors with pretty good energy out. Full energy on a couple of those infestors. And again, all it's going to take is a couple neuroparasites, a fungal, a couple neuroparasites, and I think sort of really going to be able to take this fight, shelling down those tanks, and he's got all the Thors fighting against themselves. That's all he needed to do there. That entire bulky fighting force getting picked off for Dynamite, and Dynamite, again, going to drop precipitously in army supply. Yeah, that's a very efficient fight for our... for our Zerg player. Look at that graph. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Blue Flame Hellion run by, but the drones have been pulled from sort of. He's got the spines here to protect them, and that'll buy him a little bit more time. Dynamite trying to find damage with these Blue Flames. He's not going to do it, and sort of at 31 minutes takes the game. GG. That was game one. That was game one of the losers match. We're going into game two. Wow. Wow. What a game one. Dynamite and sort of just... Oh, nope. Hang on. Okay, so sort of needs a minute, which I understand. Wow. He needs a minute for the bathroom. Totally understandable. So we'll wait until he is back to get that going. Meanwhile, we'll take a minute, guys. If you have not yet hit up the Matcherino for this event, you should, because wow. What a series this has been. If you want to see the Alpha X group Code A Showdown, please hit up that Matcherino. Throw a couple bucks our way. You can purchase the replay packs for this tournament if you would like. If you purchase the replay pack for this tournament, you will not only get the replays for this tournament, you will also get all of the replays from the into the Alpha X Pro Circuit as well. That's over 100 games of absolutely top tier Korean pros. TY, Zest, Zaun, sort of just everybody. Incredible matches. So please do feel free to stop by that Matcherino. Oh, I wish I could see what chat was talking about right now. I'm sure you guys are going crazy. A 31-minute game. A 31-minute game. And we're going into game two now. Reminder, this is still the losers match. The winner of this goes on to play Chance in the deciding game. Oh, man. It is 5:30 a.m. here. I am exhausted. I am worn out. And it looks like today is going to be another long day for me. But a day full of StarCraft. So a good day. Alright, we're still waiting on Sort of to get back from the toilet. As soon as he comes back, we will move on. Sort of is ready. Okay. Let's go. Woo! What a series. What a series. All right. Game 2. Spawning. In the top right-hand side, in the blue, from Dion Lake Gaming, it's our Terran player, Dynamite. And in the bottom left-hand corner, in the red, hailing from Sweden, it is Sort of. Yeah. So, a bit of a team kill going on right now, as Sort of has also been picked up by Dion Lake Gaming. So both these players from DLG, one of them going to go on to face Chance in these finals to see who's going to move on to join our other 3 finalists, Super, True, and Sound. So far, 2 Protoss qualifying and 1 Zerg. Got to see if Dynamite can bring balance to the Force, or if we're going to see no Terrans in the semifinals of this tournament. Hashtag Terran patch. Hatchcast pool out of Sort of. And it looks like a Reaper expand for Dynamite. Going to finish up that barracks, grab an orbital, and then drop his command center on the low ground. Interesting stuff from these players. I would have maybe thought that one of them might cheese just a little bit. Oop, hang on. Are we back? My stream just died on me. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, thank goodness. Just an Africa TV error. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for if you dropped there. We're good to go. Alright. So Sort of now on 2 bases. Let's see if he stops mining gas. He's only got 2 drones in gas right now. But we'll see if he pulls the last one off once he gets up to 100 gas. 100 gas. And starts that upgrade, but is not going to pull any more drones out. Reaper down on the low ground, getting up into the mains. This is nice play from Dynamite so far. He's going to get a nice save at the last second there from Sort of. But this Reaper, okay, Queen's out now. The Reaper will get pushed away. Didn't see a drop. All right, great. Must have just been on my end then. Yeah, because my stream is fine. So must have just been my my Africa TV browser that I've got pulled up. Rock and roll. Speed on the way for Sort of. No third base yet, though. Looks like he's clearing the way for a third base. Slow walking that Queen over. The Reaper from Dynamite being super annoying. Trying to bounce back that Queen. Oh, the drone save from Sort of, though. And he's going to be able to get this base down, I think. Oh, my God. Dynamite picks off the kill. What a kill. Sort of has got to be frustrated by that. Going to slow him down a little bit more. Sending a new drone over. Nice work there by Dynamite. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Golf claps. Golf claps all around from Dynamite. Well done. Behind this, the 1-1-1 build for Dynamite. Has the Tech Lab on the barracks. Is he going to swap over? He's going to swap over. So we're going to see a couple more Cloaked Banshees out of our Terran player here. Starting with Viking to clear Overlords. and grabbing a tech lab on the barracks. So we're going to see Cloaked Banshee into Bio for Dynamite. Third base finally down for sort of a little bit later than he would have liked. We'll see if he gets any additional work done here. No Roach Warren, no Lair. Just a slow push. Sort of is going to see everything in here. A nice drone, a nice Overlord Scout there from sort of the Viking out, but he does, of course, see Cloak on the way. Does see Stim on the way, and should know exactly what he is up against. We see Lair Tech starting immediately on the other side of the map for sort of, and the first Banshee just getting picked out here, or just getting cranked out here by Dynamite. Hellion run by for Dynamite at the third base is going to get pushed out. Queen's rotating around. Overlord should see these Hellions coming back in. Sort of a little slow to rotate his Queens back over. And the Hellion's not going to go in. Not going to push in. He's fine. Sorry. Overlord driven away. Queen's trying to shell down that Viking, getting a couple transfuses off. Nicely saved there by those Queens. Cloak on the way. First Banshee, Viking clearing out Overlords here. The first Banshee should be on its way soon. It's waiting for the second Banshee. We've seen Dynamite do this almost every, for 2 of the 3 times he's gone for Banshees. He's waited for both of the Banshees to come together before pushing out the attack, which is a pretty cool move. 2 Banshees can one-shot a drone. So, it's a nice, easy choice for Dynamite to get 2 Banshees out. Hellion's working down this hatchery. The creep spread not very good from sort of. He's going to be forced to cancel his hatch, I think. Queen's rotating over, but this hatch is going to go down. Yeah, he forces to cancel on that hatch. Starts a new one, of course, and with the Queens can drive it away, but that's a rough loss. Banshees are in, but they will spot the Hydralisk Den, which is really key. So good scouting, if nothing else, from those Banshees. And when I say if nothing else, I mean, and probably nothing else for those Banshees. Maybe a couple of drone kills here and there. Spore, the Queen, the Overseer, sort of well prepared for this. Dynamite clearing some more creep here, but Hydralisk Den finishing up for sort of. Hydralisk speed on the way. Gonna be Ling Bane Hydra play. Ooh, a nice surround of these Hellions. All the Hellions gonna go down. And Baneling's morphing right in front of them just to taunt them. 9 drones getting picked off by the Banshees and the Hellions. But I think Dynamite is still not in a great position this game. Ling Bane Hydra is going to be a really effective composition, obviously, against his bio play. Going to be able to push those medevacs back. As long as sort of spreads some creep this game, he's going to be fine. His 4th base is going to finish up. Again, the creep spread pretty abysmal right now from sort of. Needs to keep pushing that out. We're already 8 minutes into the game, and his creep spread is just non-existent. About a third of the way across the map. It's sad. 1-1, combat shields finishing up as Dynamite goes for an early game push. Tank gonna get picked up by these Lings, though. A good initial win there. Dynamite doing the bunny push. They're hiding some of his tanks in the medevac, but the Hydralisks are gonna be out soon. 5 Hydras. Should be able to drive these medevacs back. Tanks up on the high ground. Pretty decent coverage. The Marines able to get a good concave onto this 4th base. Sort of may lose this 4th base. I'm a little worried for sort of. Needs to get good Baneling shots in. As long as Dynamite targets the Banelings down, he's going to be fine, though. Here we go. Banelings walking into siege tank fire. Not going to get too many kills there. Lings and Banelings from the top, though. Hydra is getting on top of the tanks. Tank spread pretty good, though. And, oh, man, sort of going to lose everything in that attack. And now Dynamite. Man, he was trying to go for a flank there, but just didn't quite have enough Lings to make it work. 2 tanks still alive on the high ground. 3rd tank re-sieging on the low ground now. And sort of looking real rough here in game number 2. We might see another game 3 coming down. I mean, exhaustion must be setting in for these players. It has been a long series so far. I mean, we're into almost the 40th minute of this series alone. Tanks, again, shelling away. Baneling's not getting any shots off. Baneling's speed is finished, but nice target firing there from Dynamite. Dynamite overstimming just a little bit. His medevac's very low on energy. Queen's trying to focus fire down the medevacs, but the energy on the medevacs still very low. Ling's swinging in from the back. Again, trying to get on top of the tanks here. One tank is going to go down. Second tank going to go down as well from the top. Can he clear this? 2 tanks on the high ground are cleared. Dynamite has 2 more tanks on the low ground, though. The army supplies getting a little bit closer over the course of this battle, though, and sort of getting Hydras right on top of these tanks. He's losing an awful lot. 1 more tank goes down. Just 1 tank remaining, but there's still lots and lots of bio. The 4th base still barely up for sort of, but good focus fire on these Hydras from Dynamite, and sort of pulling the drones, never a good sign. The drones have been pulled. The Hydra's gotta clear this tank. The tank is gonna get cleared. Focus fire from the Hydras. The last tank does go down. It's pure bio now, but there's no banelings out. Only 3 banelings just morphing in now for sort of. The bio from Dynamite staying on, but the 4th base for sort of holds, and I think sort of is in fine shape. Tank on the high ground. Dynamite moving down to the low ground. Whew. I don't know, man. Sort of seems to be running out of gas here. No more Hydras, no more Lings, no more Banelings. And does Dynamite have just enough? 21 Marines and a handful of medevacs. The 4th base falls, and now sort of has got to try and push in with these Hydras. Hydras, though, going to get eaten alive by these tanks. Tank 1 and 2 go down, but there's still a tank on the high ground. And Queens and Hydras off creep. Marines with medevac gonna get on top of this, and I think there's just too much from Dynamite here. Dynamite's still making 2 medevacs at a time, despite having 1 medevac per Marine right now, and pushes in, sort of trying to rebuild this 4th base. Forces a cancel. Dynamite scanning for some of this creep. Might be able to pick off no, doesn't pick off the tumor there. There we go. Scans again, grabs these tumors, gets the active tumor, and oh gosh, 3-3 now on the way for Dynamite. +1 missile attacks. Oh, the kill, not the cancel on this 4th base again for sort of. He is just on the struggle bus right now, short of a miracle Baneling hit. I think sort of is down and out of this game. The Hydralis count pretty high. Dynamite going to pick up and go back home, having done the damage that he needs to do. Ling run by from sort of, not getting a lot of work done here. Plenty of units back home for Dynamite. Sort of grabs a 4th base here at the top position, but it's immediately scanned by Dynamite, who immediately converges his forces up at the 9 o'clock position to take out this red hatchery. Oh boy. Oh boy. Big drop here at the 4th. Was heading into the main, or could just pick up and head into the main. I suspect it will. Trying to draw the army of sort of out. He's going to focus fire down this hatchery. There's enough Marines here where these Lings won't be able to clean it up. Marines on the high ground as well, going to sandwich some of these units, trying to pick off the reinforcements, but he's just going to go straight up into the main now. Sort of's macro hatches his only saving grace. He's got no larva on the map right now. Lost a bunch of Queens in the assaults, and now the main base under attack as well. Look at that. Sort of Dynamite, rather, wedging his way into a nice position in sort of's main. Baneling's getting some shots off, forcing a pickup here. Hydra's going to try and pick down the medevac, but at the same time, the 4th base under assault, moving into the 3rd base, forcing a cancel on the 4th. And the 3rd base could be under duress soon. The tanks from Dynamite rolling forward here. This game, for sort of, was lost minutes ago, but he is still fighting it out. Sort of never a player to quit. Banelings on the make, but no Banelings available. Nice target firing by those tanks of Dynamite, and sort of just pushed back half the army supply of his opponent. The Zerg on fewer drones than the Terran has SCVs. The 3rd base goes down. A little Ling run by here. Is going to do a bit of damage, but honestly, there's a tank here, there's some Marines here. GG. Dynamite going to draw us in to game number 3. Wow. Wow. Game number 3 going to be Eternal Empire LE. Let's get these players right in to see who moves on. Oh my gosh. So, let's get the players into game now. We got the ready from sort of. We got the go from Dynamite. We're going to get in here. I'm alive. I'm awake. I'm alive. And I'm still casting StarCraft. I can do it. Oh my gosh. Jinjae Kim. Jinjae Kim. 200 star balloons. Thanks so much for your support of Alpha X. It's so nice to have you all here. It is a joy. And these matches are certainly worth it. 200 star balloons. Wow. That's fabulous. The support of the channel. Incredible. Incredible stuff. All right, guys. Let's get into game 3. Oh, man. Hang on. You guys hear my back crack? Listen for it. Listen for it. Oh, Jiminy. Woo. All right. Game 3 of the losers match. The winner goes on to face Chance in the decider. The bottom left-hand corner from DLG. It is Dynamite. And his Zerg teammate, living in Korea but from Sweden. It is sort of. Oh, man. This is way too long for one human to cast StarCraft. I am exhausted. Whew, got a whole other tournament to do later today as well. Gonna be a fun one. Alright. Barracks on the high ground. Reaper expand for Dynamite. We had Hatch Gas Pool for sort of, again, standard builds. Surprised that there's no cheese going on in this series. I thought for sure game 2 somebody would, maybe sort of, I expected because he was ahead, sort of to 12 pool and try and get some early lings out or something, but go into the long game, go into the late game. These players, very, very serious. Couple lings out, couple queens out, everything standard so far. The last 2 games have been absolute slugfests, going to the supreme late game in both games. Game 1, certainly supreme late game. Game 2, moderate late game. Okay. Reaper pops in for Dynamite. We'll get pushed away. No kills on that Reaper. No scout either. We see link speed on the way from sort of. Reactor down for Dynamite. Factory behind this. He's going to swap over, get the 4 Hellions out. Third base down now for sort of. A little early third base, but not terribly early. Just in good time. One build here for Dynamite. Hellions, Barracks, Starport. Not a whole lot to say this game yet. Early third base down for Dynamite. Both players just executing, again, what appear to be these very macro strategies, which is really surprising. I thought these players might be a little bit more aggressive in the early game to try and shorten the length of the game, but so far, it's just sort of, getting a respectable number of lings out. The Hellion harass going down for Dynamite. Both these players playing cautious. Dynamite going to see that third base is finished up, sees that creep spread eking out from the base of sort of. Overlord gets picked off by the Viking. Stim on the way. No Banshees this time. Out of sort of. Just a reactor. That reactor, of course, going to be used for the Barracks to swap over. Creep Tumor cleaning up here from Dynamite. Very effective stuff. We see the double Evo Chamber for sort of. So actually, this game may be a little bit shorter. We may not go to minute 35 this game like we did in game 1. Drones trying to get us around here. A nice Reaper bounce, but doesn't save him. Last 2 Hellions coming in, but the Queen is here to save this. Lots of lings, and oh my god, 4 Hellions and a Reaper going to go down instantaneously. A good defense by sort of there, sacking some Zerglings, but not losing any drones. Viking gets pushed away by the Queen. We see +1 Carapace on the way for sort of. We'll see if he goes for +1 melee or +1 missile attacks. That's going to tell us a lot about his strategy. +1 melee. So Ling Bane for sort of. Staying on 3 bases. Third base now floating over for Dynamite. He's got his barracks out. A lot of Marines about to be cranked out for Dynamite here. Stim on the way. Stim actually about to finish. Combat shield shouldn't be too far behind. 4th base down for sort of about 5.5 minutes. Pretty good timing on the 4th base there. Lair Tech now coming down. Baneling Nest as well. Yeah, so sort of staying on Ling Bane for quite some time. Sort of might lose another... no, he's going to be fine. No transfuse of it will actually... it's fine. Anyway. Hellions out for Dynamite. 7 of them. Putting pressure on this 4th hatchery. Going to draw some of the queens over for sort of. Banelings on the way now. First 4 Banelings morphing in for our 3rd player. Hellions just getting a couple shots off onto this 4th base. We see behind this for Dynamite. Barracks 4 and 5 coming down. So we're going to see late game, or mid game at least, bio play out of Dynamite. With a lot of Marines and plenty of medevacs coming out. Combat shields. Combat shield's about 3/4 of the way done. And he's going to be setting up for an assault on the 4th base here with 1/1 stim and combat shields. Immediate stim into the 4th base. Queens, go ahead and with the inject onto that base. Dynamite going to feel free to rotate around to the north side here. Again, the creep spread from sort of very low right now. These slow waddling Banelings off of creep are not going to do a whole lot of damage. Hydralisk Den finishing up for sort of though. So we're going to see Ling Bane Hydra coming out of it. Hellions again cleaned up by these Lings. Nice Ling control by sort of. Driving these Hellions back. Pushing away the assault at his 4th. Dynamite moving up to the north side. Just going to gun down some drones here. Going to draw these Speedlings over. And again, with no Hydras out yet, Dynamite can just pick up and go straight into the main base. Now there is a Spore Crawler setting up in the main base. There's a Queen here as well. The Queen should rotate around as soon as it sees these medevacs coming in. Yeah, sort of knows it's coming anyway. Gets the Lings on top of that drop, and Dynamite will be forced away down to the 3rd base, where again there's a Spore Crawler to push away this medevac. The medevac gets the drop down and does escape. Wow, Dynamite with pretty good medevac control here, but is going to lose all of his Marines, all but 2 of his Marines rather. The medevacs will make it out alive. Meanwhile, re-assault on the 4th base here. Some more drones going down. Widowmine's trying to burrow here. Widowmine friendly fire going to be a very real possibility. Oh my god, Widowmine friendly fire on top of those medevacs. Very tough sell there for the Widowmine. Hydralisks are now out. 10 more Hydras on the way from sort of, and I like sort of's position this game. Widowmine's down. The assault on the 4th base has begun. 2-2 has started for Dynamite. That sort of is way ahead of him on the upgrades. Hydralisks are here. They're going to get pushed back, though. The Banelings not getting great shots here. The Hydralisk trying to zone out the Banelings there. One Widowmine does get a good shot onto the Hydras, and actually Dynamite at 81 army supply right now. Looking like he could be in a commanding position here. Oh, man, again, friendly fire from the Widowmine is going to do a lot of damage there to Dynamite's army. And Dynamite, very, very low now on the health of those Marines. That friendly fire from the Widowmine. Beautifully done. I've got the hiccups now, too. Oh, gosh. Hive Tech on the way for sort of Dynamite. Trying to put pressure on this 4th. Again, nice target firing on the Banelings. The Hydras focus firing down Marines instead of medevacs. That means the medevacs can make it out. 1 medevac goes down, 2nd medevac goes down, and that's a great defense from sort of there. The Widowmine's not getting a bunch of damage done, and the Hydra's chasing them way off creep, so he's going to lose a lot in this assault. Sort of trying to chase him down, but good target firing from Dynamite there. Dynamite leaves with 1 medevac full of units. Another fighting force here in the middle. Take a look at the army supply of this game, though. Just neck and neck here, losing equal amounts. Sort of a little bit behind, but trading... I thought he traded more efficiently there, but maybe not. Dynamite still ahead in army supply. Hive Tech about to finish up for sort of. More Banelings coming down. Hive Tech finishing up soon. 4th base established for Dynamite. 15 drones going down. A little Widow Mine drop there in the natural. Widow Mines, of course, with the... Widow Mines with the kills there. Luckily, one Widow Mine still alive here from Dynamite, though. 15 drone kills is not bad at all. Little attack going on the north side. They are going to clean up a lot of these units off creep, though. Three on the way for Dynamite. 12 o'clock base still under assault here. Dynamite going to get in here. I think, yeah, sort of a little bit out of position with these units. That 12 o'clock base is going to be immediately canceled. And he's going to try and, again, pick off more drones here. Man, more drone kills. Nicely done here by Dynamite. He's dropping in the natural as well, but Hydras and a Queen should clean this. Oh, it's going to be very close, actually. Queen going to get picked off, and oh, man, drones going to go down by the dozens. 13 drones going down, forcing a pull of the drones from this base. Ouch. The natural under siege as well. Spore Crawler goes down. A nice pick for Dynamite. Sort of struggling a little bit now. Dynamite ahead in workers, ahead in income. After picking off 2 of those bases and 20 drones and more drones going down. 26 drones. Oh, man. Again, sort of is in a rough spot where he would require... wow, really nice splitting there from Dynamite. Unfortunately, it's the full medevac that's going to have to be forced to drop down before it explodes. There we go. Does get the full medevac, but drop in the main as well. 31 drones have gone down. 63 drones total this game. And again, Dynamite just dropping everywhere on the map all at once. Lings brought down to the natural, but that means there's no Lings here at the third. The focus fire, not great, but it doesn't really matter. Dynamite on 110 army supply, and with all these tanks rolling in, sort of is just in so much trouble. Tanks coming in. Tank not sieged up is going to eat a couple of a Baneling shot there and a couple of Hydralisk shots. But really, I think there's just not a lot. Oh, man, yeah. Not a lot sort of can do here. GG. And Dynamite takes a rather uninteresting game number 3. Which means that sort of our final foreign player is going to be eliminated. And Dynamite is going to move on to our next series. So, guys, we're going to throw 5 more minutes on the clock. We're going to get our deciding match set up between Dynamite and Chance. A little PvT action. There is still hope of a Terran moving on to the semifinals. So, 5 minutes on the clock. When we come back, Chance versus Dynamite. Stick around and hit that match-a-reno if you haven't yet. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We're going into the deciding match today, the final match of the day here in the Alpha X Code A Showdown. We're getting into a decider match here, Dynamite and Chance, to see who's going to move on to face Zaun. Who's going to move on to join Zaun, Super, and True in our semifinals series, which is coming up on April 22nd, 2 days from now, right here on the Alpha X Africa TV channel. So let's go ahead and hop right in to our first game. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner in the green, it is our Pro Toss player from Archangel Gaming, Chance. And his opponent in the top right-hand side in the red from John Lake Gaming, it is Dynamite. I will just really quickly take one moment and say, if you guys are enjoying my casting at all, if you like listening to StarCraft in English, and you're a fan of top-level StarCraft gaming, I would encourage you to check out my other work. I normally stream on twitch.tv. You can find me at twitch.tv/CraytonOlson. Just my name. It would be a delight to have all of you joining me here. I have to say, click up, please. It'd be a delight to have all of you here on Twitch as I cast some more games, not in this series, but some more Alpha X games and other top-tier Korean and foreign StarCraft. So we've got a... you can also follow me on Twitter if you want to know anything more about what I'm doing. I'm, again, at Crayton Olson. Alright, so we've got the barracks on the high ground. Looks like a Reaper expand. Probe will get pushed out for Chance there, and Dynamite's going to start that natural command center in great time. Chance pushed away finally, but Chance already has his natural down as well. Both these players executing, again, a long game strategy here. Late game builds going down on either side. Alright, as that Cyber Core finishes, the question, of course, becomes what is Chance going to get for his Tier 2 tech? No pylons hidden on the map, no probes hidden out on the map either. Aside from this little guy who's going to wait for the Reaper to leave and then hop right in. We see a bunker coming down from Dynamite in case there's any early game shenanigans, of which there are not. He's just on one gateway. So Dynamite is going to pop in here with the scout, sees that natural down, and should feel really good. Yeah, pops in, just sees the natural, and gets kicked back out by the Adept. Adept going to shade again. And the Reaper will make it out alive. I keep expecting to look out my window and see the sun rising. It's not even sunrise yet. The sun is nowhere to be seen. Jeez. Reaper with 1 kill. Gonna be 2, I think. Nice, 2 kills on the Reaper. Will get taken out, though, by these Adepts. Oh my god, he's still alive. This is insane. This is the luckiest Reaper I've ever seen. He's gonna jump. He's gonna get out. He spots the Stargate as well. Beautifully done there by that Reaper from Dynamite. Dynamite controlling with absolute perfection. And is going to be able to prep for that Stargate play. I imagine we'll see a Cyclone first out of Dynamite. Chance moving across with 3 Adepts and the Phoenix. There's only 1 bunker here. 1 Marine in the bunker. There are 4 Marines on the high ground. But 3 Adepts can take out 4 Marines if he doesn't... oh, God, he doesn't raise the gates. He doesn't raise the gates, and Chance gets in, finishes the shade, and is going to pick off all these Marines. Immediately, the SCVs have been pulled to try and help deal with this, but this is actually a lot of damage already. 2 drones have gone down behind this with a one Hellion run by. No blue flame, of course. But now these Adepts... okay, the Adept's going to get chased out. Last Marine will get picked off, and actually Dynamite able to live just barely. Picks off all 3 of those Adepts, and the Hellion run by, actually getting just as many kills. Wild. Samjigu, yes, it is 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 a.m. here. I started casting this tournament at 3 a.m. this morning. I am very tired. My body's clock is broken. Third base down for Chance now as the Phoenix count climbs up to 4. Make it 5. No, just 4. 4 Phoenix build. There it is. 5. Out of Chance. Phoenix count climbing up to 5. 5 Phoenix build. Very common. I wonder if he's going to go Phoenix Colossus behind this. That'd be really interesting. We've seen him do this before. He went Phoenix Colossi against Dynamite in their first series. Remember, this is a rematch. No, it's not. Never mind. Sorry, it's not a rematch. He went Phoenix Colossus against, sort of. He gave, is that right? Maybe it was, no, it was Zaun. It was Zaun went Phoenix. Anyway, whatever. Phoenix Colossi happened at one point. It's good to see it coming back. Wow, eat something. I will have some oatmeal soon. Boy Tina Boy, yes, it is, sort of, was our first player out. Phoenix again getting in here. Marines out of position for Dynamite. Dynamite got to pull some of these Marines and the Cyclone back. These Phoenix doing a lot of damage, though. 4 SCV kills. Nice. He is going to get, oh, he's going to get snookered, though. Uh-oh, he's pinned. He's pinned. What's he going to do? He's going to take this, the aggressive way out. He's going to try and pick off the Viking. The Viking not going to go down. Isn't going to lose a Phoenix, though. All 5 Phoenix still alive for Chance. Doing a great job. Yeah, we see Robo Bay coming down, so I think it is going to be Phoenix Colossi again, out of Chance. Which is so cool to see Phoenix Colossus coming back. I like this play a lot. It provides you with lots of opportunities for engagements. The Phoenix, oh, a little bit of miscontrol there from Chance. He's going to lose 1, make it 2. 2 of those Phoenix going down. That is a shame. We'll see if he remakes Phoenix from this. I doubt he will. Once you go for the 5 Phoenix build, you kind of just keep the whatever Phoenix you keep alive and push them around. It's rare to supplement your Phoenix build until you get into the mid to late game when you need more of the lifts in the final fights. But Dynamite in pretty good position this game. His third base is on the way. He's going to push across with a little bit of a scrappy army here. He's got no stim yet, about to finish up. Stim and combat shields about to finish at the same time. He's hiding this army, though. Glorious combat is upon us. Hallucinated Phoenix coming in. A medevac drop is going to get pushed away. Widowmine down for Dynamite, though. He can walk that Widowmine into the third base, but it'll probably get killed off. So keep your eyes, maybe we'll do something a little bit later. The Phoenix do pick off that medevac. Dynamite unable to save it. Scouting Phoenix again should see this drop coming. The Observer pushed all the way back now to the third. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. He's going to stop not only a probe from getting into the fourth, but, okay, yeah, he's going to slowly walk this in. There are some units here, and is he going to see it? Oh my god, he might not see it. He might not notice it. He doesn't notice it. Chance! Oh no! 5 kills immediately. Forces a warp in back home. That was great from Dynamite. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Another Widowmine drop going down in the main. Chance not firing on all cylinders right now. Dynamite a little bit ahead. Second Colossus has popped out, though. The Colossus number getting a little bit scary. 4th Phoenix has been added on now. Twilight Council behind this. The aggression onto the third base going in. As he's distracting all of this army, there's a big fight at the third. Keep an eye on this drop going into the main. Chance, Dynamite is going to get pushed away here. Chance going to push him away. Warp in of Stalkers here in the main, but no probe pulls, which means... Oh my god, and the Natural is going to get the pull down. And with no Drilling Claws, actually, this should get picked up. God, onto the Phoenix. Goodness gracious, 15 kills. That is a lot of probe kills, guys. 25 total kills on those probes. Real painful stuff there. For Chance and Dynamite. Or for Chance, rather. Good for Dynamite. Third base for Dynamite is up. He's got that armory down, so he can start his 2-2 as soon as possible. Should start that right away. Or he might wait for +2 armor or +1 armor to finish. Anyway, meanwhile, he's digging his way out of potential supply block. He's got the Ghost Academy coming out, adding on more starports to get more Vikings out to fight against those Colossi. Real well done. Widowmine drop number 3 coming in, and there's again nothing here to spot it. The Observer out of position. Oh no, he's just not going to see it. The question is, will he pull in time? Now, the difference this time is that Dynamite is not aggressing in a different location, so it's possible that this goes oh no. Oh, Chance! Good news, it gets cleaned up. Bad news, his income is just in so much trouble. Oh, poor guy. 8 more probes going down. A total of 33 probes have been killed. Oh, man, I don't like chances. I don't like chances. Here in game number 1, Dynamite with a commanding lead. Those Widowmine drops have been his saving grace. The linchpin in his strategy. He's got advanced shockwaves coming down for the larger EMP blast radius now. He's scrubbing some ghosts into his army. He's got 3 now, working on number 4. Should be 5 coming out quite quickly, actually. He's got plenty of gateways to produce from. Just a little shy on gas, as he is only on 3 bases. A 4th base would come in handy, and we see Dynamite making that 4th base just now. +1 armor on the way, but 2-2 is already started for Dynamite. He's also getting +1 vehicle weapons for, I guess, his tanks, but, oh no, it's ship weapons. Okay, that's why. I was like, weird. Ship weapons. So for his Vikings, the Colossus count at 3, the Disruptor count 2 at a time, which is not too bad. Phoenix can get gunned down again, though. Losing another Phoenix. Every lift he doesn't have here is rough. Granted, lifts aren't that effective against a bio army, but still, this is rough. Warp in. It looks like Zealot drop into the main base. Should be a couple bio units here to reinforce, but here we go. Dynamite pushing up this ramp. Chance has been income starved the entire game. EMP's blanketing the army of Chance, and he does not stand a hope here in this game as Viking number 3 collapses. His army absolutely just destroyed. Disruptor going to get picked off. Second Disruptor trying to get something done here. Won't even get a kill. The landed Vikings going to lead to a GG. And Dynamite, our Terran player, taking game number 1. Yeah, masterful there. Those Widowmine drops really just propelling Dynamite forward and making him the clear winner in game 1. We'll see if Chance can come back here in game 2. GG. Oof. Oof. Ouch. As the internet would say, oof, ouch, owie. My bones. Rock and roll. We got the go from both players. Let's go ahead and get into it. Game number 2. Dynamite currently up 1-0. The last Terran hope in this tournament. It's really interesting, actually, with these two players. Chance is the lowest seeded player on a Ligulac in the group right now. So what we're actually seeing right now, Dynamite versus Chance, is the highest seeded player in Dynamite versus the lowest seeded player versus Chance. So Dynamite is actually the favorite to come out of this one. All right, well, we're in here to game number 2. Let's see what's going on. Oh, hang on. I went to the wrong screen. There we go. We're in game 2. Sorry about that. Boy, Tina boy, I've got some nice viewers here. I hope they're being kind about me. I can't read Korean very well. So I hope that my crazy, fast English isn't bothering them too much. Spawning in the top right-hand corner in the green. From Archangel Gaming, it is Chance. And his opponent in the bottom left in the red from Dion Lake Gaming, currently up 1-0, looking to put the kibosh on this game. It's Dynamite. All right, so let's see. It looks like still no cheeses. We have gone through 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is game number 13 in the series, and 0 of those games, out of the 13 games, 0 have been cheeses. Not a single game that has been a proxy Rax, or a proxy Robo, or a proxy Stargate, or a 4 Rax opener, or DTs, none of that. It has all just been honest, good old-fashioned, macro-oriented StarCraft. Naturals down for both players now. We do see the pro... Oh, actually, now that I said there's been no proxies. This probe from Chance going to wedge itself up against some minerals. hiding from the Reaper. God, he knows this timing so well, doesn't he? The Reaper pops out, and the probe pops in right behind him. Bunker down again at the front, but the first Marine is out and raising the gates. That probe not going to get in to see the factory coming down. Getting that Marine out from Dynamite actually pretty useful. It's the same thing he did last game. Reaper should get in here from Dynamite and should see Chance's Stargate. Yeah, he's going to get the full scout. Oh, wait a minute. I may have spoken too soon. Adept going to zone him out here, and he's not going to spot that Stargate. Ooh, a bit of a miss there from Dynamite. Let's see if he can get it this time. Adept Shade again driving him out here. Adept on the high ground, and oh yeah, Chance keeping that Stargate secret for now. Back home, the 1-1-1 happening for Dynamite. Very, very standard. We'll see what he decides to go for add-ons. We'll see if the factory starts to put down at like a tech lab. It would indicate that he's going to go in to some Banshee play, and in fact, that's exactly what we're going to see. Tech lab on the factory, indicating there's going to be a swap over between the factory and the starport. They're going to swap places, and that starport probably going to grab a hold of that tech lab. He's got plenty of gas banked up right now, 160. He will have enough for Banshee and a cloak. Only one Hellion. Plenty of Adepts back home for Chance. Of course, showing all those Adepts indicates that it is going to be Stargate. And yeah, the Reaper going to show it, or the Oracle going to show itself actually, and start picking down this Hellion. The Hellion is going to go... Oh my god, he's going to get away because the Hellion's slightly faster. Are they the same speed? Hellion's slightly faster. Nice. Reaper gets in. Reaper goes down. Liftoff of that Phoenix. Going to allow the Adept to get underneath. Very nicely done. Hellion pushing out. The Oracle needs to get into this main base to get a scout off. Oh, the Oracle's waiting for the Hellion. Oh my god. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Oh, come on. Chance. What was that? Needs to get in to spot these, I was going to say Cloaked Banshees, but it's not. That swap over never actually happened. We do see the Cyclone coming out instead for Dynamite. Just going for Viking first after seeing that starport. Probably the right call. Phoenix Oracle should get pushed away by Viking Cyclone. And he's going to drop a Revelation onto a couple of those units just to keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, third Nexus goes down for Chance here at the third location. Another Phoenix coming out, and he's just staying on Phoenix Gateway for now. Double NG Bay as we see the bio beginning to transition out for Dynamite. So Dynamite again going bio, and Chance again going to lose a couple of probes to a single Hellion. There you go. Lift with the Phoenix. That should buy him some time. Gets the rest of the Phoenix across here, and that poor Hellion not going to go down. Nicely saved by Chance. Whew. I thought he was in some trouble there. Thought he was in some trouble, but he is just fine. Forge in the main base for Chance, as well as Twilight Council. Yeah, interesting build here. There's no Robo yet. So just going Forge Twilight Council indicates it's going to be like... What, Blink Stalker with Phoenix on top? We'll see what comes out of the Forge. I mean, +1's going to come out of the Forge. Charge. So Charge Lot Archon. Okay. Also a good choice. Charge Lot Archon behind this for Chance. Dynamite, though, still in a good position. Hasn't gotten any economic damage done yet. But going bio, just executing his build fairly well. 1-1 on the way, stim and combat shields. All the usuals, everything you expect. Third base, trying to land, but there is a stasis ward preventing it from going down. Which means it's going to be actually... Oh, that's really cute, actually. I haven't seen a stasis ward in a while. Landed Viking Harass forces a recall of those Phoenix. Phoenix lifting up the Viking. That's actually really cute. Stasis ward gets set up by Dynamite, and that finally will allow this orbital command to land. Wow, 5 Phoenix with the Oracle pushing across. Robo Bay finally, or Robo down finally for Chance for those observers. We see Charge Lot on the way. A couple of Archons should be morphed in soon to beef up the army of Chance. Cyclone's locking onto the Phoenix. The Phoenix will get away, though. 5 Phoenix and 1 Oracle. Missile turrets in the natural. Missile turret in the third. No missile turret in the main. He might get there. Stim and Combat Shield's going to finish at very similar times, and I wonder if Dynamite is going to have an intention of going out with a 1-1 timing. Phoenix still sharking around, trying to find a safe space. Going to get pushed away. Only 2 SCV kills. Couple of Revelations still going down, so Chance does still have oh no, he just loses those Revelations. So he did have a view on that army. 2 pylons making it down. Archon on the way from Chance. Charge lots are finished up here. No upgrades yet for Chance. He's working on +1 armor, which is going to be done in about 20 seconds. Cyclone going to get lifted off and killed by these Phoenix. No more Marine. Oh, man. Look at that. Dynamite wanted to move out. He's forced to stim all the way back home to deal with this. That's going to drain his medevac energy, and his medevac energy already pretty low. He's only got 2 medevacs. So it's going to be a little while before he can heal up all these units again. Man, these Phoenix from Chance staying active, staying annoying. Going to get shelled down a bit by the Marines, but will get away with their lives. Only 1 missile turret. Again, I'd love to see Dynamite with a couple more missile turrets around here. I know investing in static defense isn't the best idea, but I think at this point he really needs it. If he wants to move out on the map, he needs to be able to protect this natural a little bit better. Going to try and sandwich these Phoenix, which he is going to do, and the Phoenix should just recall back home. Or maybe pop into the natural again. Again, still, no static defense there. Would be really nice. Zealot run by prepping for the 3rd, but the Ghost Academy is already here. Oh no, Dynamite has made a classic mistake there. Putting his Ghost Academy in an easily assailable position. Losing that Ghost Academy to a Zealot run by would be absolutely brutal. I would hate to see that for our Terran player Dynamite. +2 armor coming down from Chance. No +1 attack. Zealot's going to get shelled down by these tanks. They will get on top of the tanks. 1 tank might actually go down. Nah, he saves it. No tanks go down. The Ghost's here to do some damage. Revelation on the entire army of Dynamite here. Going to really slow down his chances to move forward in a secret, covert manner. 4th base on the way for Chance now. 4th base being built for Dynamite, of course, but it's not floated over yet. Big Charge Lot Archon army is here. Observer on top of the army for Chance. I'd love to see him scan and pick that off, rather. Couple of Ghosts out, though. Advanced Shockwave's about to finish. Remember, Zealot's health and energy count. It's 100 health to only 50 shields. So a good EMP still only knocks about 1/3 of the overall health pool of a Zealot down. Archons, of course, slightly different. EMP's a little bit more effective on them. But that means Zealots are still very, very effective. Drop coming down from Dynamite, which is going to scout the counter drop here. We'll see Dynamite scouting the counter drop there. Both players going to see each other dropping. And that should bring some of... Oh, maybe Dynamite didn't see it there. Drop going straight into the main. The SCV's rallying down to the 3rd, which is nice. Or rather to the 4th, which is nice. Because there's about to be a Zealot drop in his main. We'll see if he goes for a big warp in as well. Stim some Marauders and Marines to get back in here. Just 4 Zealots in the mineral line, and there we go. A warping of 5 more charge lots into the main. Phoenix coming in again. The Marines should pick them. Oh, the Phoenix. Free play on these tanks. Oh my gosh, the main base under assault now. 5 SCVs going down, and the Phoenix picking out some of these tanks, getting a 2nd tank as well before they're pushed away. He will clean this attack up, but 8 SCV kills. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, probe kills going down. Oh no. Both drops going scouted, but unresponded to. And he is going to even the odds and pick up... Oh, this one poor Marine is like, I got this! I got this! Oh no, he's going to die. Poor Marine. Dies to some Phoenix. And the main base, the Stalkers will pick down this drop. So Dynamite is going to lose everything there. But so did Chance. Fairly even trades for these players. 11 workers for 12 workers. A bit of miss rally here, though, from Dynamite. He's got some units on the middle ground and some units on the high ground. Okay, never mind. He's fine. His army is going to reconvene as he begins to put pressure here. Widowmine burrowing, trying to get some EMPs down. Nice EMPs onto those Phoenix. His Ghosts still have plenty of energy. He's got lots of Ghosts in this army, by the way. 9 Ghosts, mass EMPs blanketing this army. He's going to start kiting back here. Colossi in the back, but the EMPs covering everything right now. Not a single shield left for Chance, and Dynamite's tank in the back is going to be able to shell all of this away. Last EMP popping down. Concussive Shell Marauders doing great damage. Still, if we look at the units tab here, still 3 Ghosts in the army of Dynamite. Dynamite with a great engagement there. Trying to get a couple Archons morphing in here, but another EMP going to pick down the initial Archon energy. That doesn't get all of them, but the one Archon very, very low. Storm on the north flank, Storm in the middle of the flank, but the 2 Storms missed just a little bit. Last Storm not going to get the hits it needs, and Dynamite with some impressive micro here. There are still 2 Colossi alive in the back, but the Vikings are working them down slowly. First Colossi will fall, and with the Gateway army underneath him gone, Chance is going to lose this one, and Dynamite is going to roll him over. Woo! 2-0. Dynamite over Chance. And folks, that is going to do it for us today. Our final Stage 2 has been decided. We have our 4 players, 2 Protoss, 1 Zerg, and 1 Terran player. So, our final 4. Super, True, Zaun, and of course, Dynamite. So, wonderful work there. Great play from all of our players. The round of 4, well evened out. We've got a good mix of 2 Protoss, a Zerg, and a Terran. Condolences, of course, to our 4 players who did not make it in. Percival, Estrella, Sort of, and Chance. They fought well, but didn't quite make it out. So guys, one last time I will say, if you want to support this tournament, you can do so by clicking on the Matcherino link in the top of the chat box. All you got to do is enter the Matcherino, and that's going to be just enough for us. You can buy the replay pack. You can also text message Sonic to contribute a full $1 to the prize pool. If you text game 2 to the number that's provided in that Matcherino and give me your zip code, that'll add $1 to the prize pool, again, without you costing you anything. If you enjoyed my casting, guys, I encourage you to check me out on Twitch. I've got some more games coming down in about 5.5 hours on Twitch, an event that I'm doing a little bit later. So you're welcome to follow me on Twitch. My Twitch is just right there. I'm at Twitch/Creighton Olsen. I'm on Twitter at Creighton Olsen. I'm on YouTube /Creighton Olsen. You're welcome to check out everything I do. I'd love to have you for some more top tier play in about 5.5 hours. So with that, thank you all for joining me. It's been a delight to bring these games to you. I hope you guys are all staying safe, staying inside, washing your hands, all that good stuff. Join us on the 22nd for the semis and finals of this series, which it will be brought to you by my intrepid co-caster, Kozan. Have a good day, guys. Goodbye.